The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show podcast is sponsored by Standard Heating and Air Conditioning.
Summer's coming, but don't sweat it. Stay cool with Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Beat the heat now and ensure comfort all summer long. Their expert technicians are ready to ensure your AC is in top shape. Call and schedule a tune-up today at 612-824-2656 or online at standardheating.com.
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. 93.
Portions of the day's programming are reproduced by means of electrical transcriptions or tape recording.
And now your Memorial Day weekend forecast from the Weather Channel. Look for a flurry of activity in the liquor store, turning to widely scattered drinking throughout the weekend.
Let's take a look at the pros and cons of throwing a Memorial Day barbecue. Here we go. Pro, it's a 3-day weekend. Con, and a 4-day hangover. There you go.
Hey folks, next week is Memorial Day, where we honor and remember those who gave their life so we could live in a free democracy. The best country in the entire world. But we wouldn't be there if it weren't for our veterans who died in the line of duty. So remember them. Keep their families in our prayers. Take care.
It's Memorial Day weekend.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Who's that guy with the junk in the trunk? It's you. It's you.
The weekend.
I will not see you Monday.
Let me say right from the get-go, if you like the sound of a group of people who have already shifted their focus to things not at all related to their professional responsibilities, this is the show for you.
You're in the right place.
Yeah, you found it.
Today is our latest F-off day here on the 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. We're about ready to cash in some seriously well-earned time off, so we may have already hit full stride F-off mode around here. Welcome to the Half-Ass Morning Show. We wish everyone a wonderful Memorial Day on Monday. Of course, we suggest you take whatever amount of time that you feel appropriate to remember our fallen vets. Plenty of fun to be had around town, starting with tonight's Timberwolves playoff game. Let's check in with our little Muppet pal over there, Wapple, in the next radio studio. Are we all set with your bit there, son?
Yeah, everything's good to go up online.
We thought this would be a cute way to get things rolling today. I think Josh had the idea because he's a very bright and creative guy and more or less the reason why all of us are able to pay the rent.
I'm going to request you to stop that immediately.
Thank Josh, everybody.
Thank you, Josh. Stop.
See, they don't even mean it. I don't think they mean it.
I know they don't.
We thought this would be Wapple.
Wapple does.
I don't know that. I don't know that he does.
Wapple and I are tight.
I don't know that he appreciates anything.
I just put on a good face.
That's really disappointing to me. I thought we loved each other.
Wapple is one of the many brand new Timberwolves fans here in town. Brand new. And I even allowed him to wear my retro Kevin Garnett jersey so we could get this bit going.
It's a nice jersey, too.
Yeah,
And you kind of ruined it, though, Wapple.
I did?
And I have a theory. You wore a T-shirt underneath it. Is it because of your controversial tattoos?
Yes, that's exactly why. No, it's because I got these small, little, tiny arms, and I'm like, I can't do it.
Well, that'll add to it.
I know. I was like, I just cannot go full underneath nothing.
I think you missed an opportunity.
You missed a huge opportunity. Let me explain to folks what's going on, and then they'll understand how you blew a great opportunity. So Wapple has taken a selfie in my Wolves jersey, and folks can see it where?
They can see it on 93x.com, on our Instagram, 93xhams, on our Twitter, and on our Facebook as well.
What is our Twitter and our Facebook?
Our Facebook is just the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show, and our Twitter is 93X Hams as well.
It's a lot of different places.
Wherever
folks,
you are.
Can't miss it.
And a lot of folks are familiar with these things. Facebook, Twitter, right? The majority of people know what those things are. Good.
Yeah.
Wapple has taken a selfie in my Wolves jersey.
Ruined it.
What we would love for our listeners to do, if they have the time, take a good hard look at this kid. Check out the selfie, size him up, and then, like the young people like to do on the internet these days, roast his ass.
And because it's Wolves related, we're saying dunk on Wapple, and there's already a few people who have done that. Dana sent me a screenshot of Joe Mama on Twitter. He used Photoshop, and instead of the original sign you're holding says dunk on Wapple, right?
Yeah, dunk on me.
Or dunk on me, okay.
Yep.
He changed it to say proud gonorrhea survivor. It's so realistic. When Dana sent it to me, I thought that was what you put up there. I thought, that's funny.
So, yeah, and the first thing that Josh and I said when we saw the picture was, what the hell is he doing wearing a T-shirt underneath the jersey? Why don't you do it again?
I could take another one, I guess.
Take another one without a freaking stupid T-shirt. You're not Patrick Ewing. Don't wear a T-shirt underneath your jersey. Come on, dude. Everyone knows you're just a bag of bones.
Oh, and pale arms. You're gonna need sunglasses when you look up those photos.
Christ Almighty! It's May in Minnesota. Everybody's got pale arms around here.
I could have pale arms in end of July.
For now, we all could. What's the kid's name?
That's Andrew Wapple.
We all could, dude. What? No one expects you to be a copper tone model. You're being oversensitive about this. Go ahead, check out the selfie, roast him, or as Josh said, dunk on Wapple. And we'll try to share the comments throughout today's show. And when we go to commercial, maybe we'll take another one without the T-shirt. Let's get the full Muppet vibe.
All right.
Come on, man.
It's going to be sexy. Gotta warn you.
Take a look. Be as brutally honest and cruel as you like in summing up what you think of Wapple in that Kevin Garnett jersey.
And let me just say sincerely, Wapple, thank you for taking one for the team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you put yourself out there. We appreciate it.
And it'll be great because now I have a full week where I can really let the comments soak in.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a few that are going to stick with it.
Let her buck with the harsh comments. Over the years, I've bumped into maybe on the chive, I'm going to go ahead and say, I think is where I've seen this gimmick played out before, where folks offer themselves up. Roast me, right? Mm-hmm. My damn, there are some people out there who come up with some hilarious, and sometimes really mean.
It gets dark quick.
Comments.
Yeah. I mean, Wendy's, their Twitter or X account, it is famous for it. Wendy's, one of the best.
Love them.
They're well known for that. They have the roast me's. There's some guys on YouTube. My son watches a couple of YouTube people where I wonder, how do you get that mean and funny at the same time? One in particular, he will always apologize afterwards, but then he follows it up with another insult to end the video.
That's awesome.
So look at our website, Facebook, Twitter. What did I miss?
Instagram.
You can find Wapple's picture. Dunk on his ass today. Let's have some fun. And like I said, we'll try to revisit this and read some of your comments along the way. With the T-shirt on, I thought, he looks almost athletic.
Oh, really? I thought he looked like a 7-year-old in his dad's jersey.
Yeah, it looks like it's actually KG's jersey that I'm wearing.
You got a game worn from KG from back in the day.
And why do you look so short? I mean, you look miniature in that.
I don't know. I don't know. If I could figure that out, I don't think I'd be on radio.
Well, you are, though. You're not the tallest guy in the world.
Yeah, but look, you saw the photo?
Yeah.
I mean, you look very tiny.
That's a big jersey, Yeah. It's a big jersey. Without the T-shirt underneath, I think we're really going to hit it out of the ballpark.
Mouse and Jesus wants to know if you'll Porky Pig it for a photo. Just Porky Pig it.
Ow.
I don't know if Nick would want that.
It's
well,
long
you can wear
enough.
Underwear.
It's long enough.
I didn't.
The jersey is long enough.
Yuck. You can borrow mine.
That's a cute picture. And it's only going to get better.
Adam says, Wapple looks like a child who raided his dad's closet.
That's not bad. Not bad at all. Later on this morning, we've got something else that a few of you might be able to get involved in. To celebrate tonight's big Wolves game, a nice fella is offering up something or another to eat. And he's going to be cooking up right here in our in our parking lot. Stop by if you're in the neighborhood.
Bring your ass.
Sure, bring your ass is the theme these days. A fella named Nick from Eichton Bison is going to swing by our parking lot here. He's supposedly going to be ready to roll at 7:30, cooking up bison just for fun times. Keep that in mind if you're nearby.
Yeah, very cool of them.
Mm-hmm. Right around 7:30 this morning.
And Dana's going out on the bridge.
I am.
We'll send Dana on the bridge. I miss that honking bit that we used to have.
Me too.
So he'll be on the Washington Avenue Bridge right over 35W here in Minneapolis. And you'll be holding a sign.
Yes, made a sign last night with the help of my fiance's handwriting. It's a white cardboard sign. It's a white cardboard sign. It has 3 options. It says honk. 1 time for Wolves if you think the Wolves are going to win. 2 times if you think the Wolves are going to lose. 3 times if Dana is a douche.
I hope we get a lot of 3-timers.
Yep.
There's 3 options for folks who see you out there on the Washington Avenue Bridge.
Yeah, 1 if you think the Wolves are going to win.
All
2,
right.
2 honks if the Wolves lose. And 3 if I am a douche.
You know, I hope it goes like previous ones where folks driving semi-trucks, they make a special trip to honk, with the loud horns. We've had emergency vehicles come by and do a little squawk as they go underneath. Things like that would be great.
And we'll see where folks are leaning a little bit later. So plenty going on the program this morning.
Is this Dana's first time on the bridge?
Yeah. What? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Ask him.
I mean, I've been to that bridge before, but not for this specific purpose.
It's almost like initiation. You gotta go out on the bridge, and then you can
hazing.
Yeah.
Sure.
We've all done it.
And then we'll finally accept him.
Yeah.
After
he'll be one of us. One of us.
He is doing it for the greater good.
He is.
The greater good.
Big rocks into little rocks, Jesus simply says, Josh, via a text message. Yes! The bridge.
Ah, yes. I also love the bridge.
He likes that bit.
I'm not fat. I'm aerodynamic. Jesus said, Wapple, regarding you can go to 93x.com, all of our socials, and you can dunk on Wapple. Just roast him with comments or Photoshop. He says, when did Tyrion Lannister become a Wolves fan? You do look like Tyrion Lannister, just less cool in that photo.
Oh, the little guy.
Yeah.
For Christ's sake.
Yeah, that one was good.
I don't know. You look like you could hoop a little.
Not at all.
Really? Nothing?
Oh, nothing.
You're not good with the basketball?
Not really.
Can you dribble?
Yeah, I can dribble.
You can?
There you go. That's something, Wapple.
Happy first day of school, little guy.
That's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah,
we just got to get you a backpack.
Yep.
One of our listeners said, happy first day of school. Oh, they got a new nickname for you, Wapple, in that KG jersey. One listener, Instagram, Twitter, I'm not sure where this came from. They're calling you Naz Weed.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Some of these comments I'm afraid to read.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I will be honest and say that some of the comments already I'm afraid to read. But that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, there's a few that are very funny that would get us probably more. Well, next week we have off. It would be an unpaid week off, I think.
Dunk on his ass. Look at him. And wait till you see the next round without the T-shirt underneath the jersey.
Now, Jesse suggests that, maybe we don't dunk on him because, quote, it looks like God got to him already.
Oh, this is so much fun already.
We should have given you a damn basketball. I don't know. We don't have any basketballs in the building.
Don't we have one? I thought they had one over by Christina.
Yeah, go look through their office before we take the next round of pictures. Yeah, I remember dribbling a basketball over in that
I'm pretty
office.
sure she's got one.
Yeah, we took some photos
Our
with it, I think.
internet lady.
How the hell did you guys not think of giving him a basketball?
I didn't think we had one here.
It's unbelievable.
Of course we have one here, gosh.
Why wouldn't we have a basketball?
We have the most random stuff here.
We have room in the building for a basketball court or two.
Yep.
Why wouldn't
Easily.
All right. And here's the deal. This even surprised me when I saw it sitting here in my work space when I walked in the door. We're all set to start rapping about our next booze cruise. 93X Half-Assed Morning Show Booze Cruise. This time around, coming up Friday, June 28th. sponsored by Warner's Dock and Maplewood Auto Mall. Right there in Stillwater, the whole thing, the whole schmear. That's how we do it, right, Josh?
Yep, same as always.
Our latest booze cruise coming up Friday, June 28th. On Stillwater, how do I say that town name again?
Stillwater.
On Stillwater Riverboats. Sponsored by Warner's Dock and Maplewood Auto Mall. Write that date down. Listen for your chance to score a 4-pack of tickets to join us. Oh, drinks and free food on the St. Croix River. Now we know. And now you know. We always appreciate your interest in our booze cruise. We always have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think the next week it's going to be heavy 4-packs of tickets to this thing. So you'll have plenty of opportunities if you're interested.
Wonderful. And we got a shot later today. Later today, we'll get somebody signed up for the booze cruise. There you go. A little earlier this year.
Well, that's good because we've been getting questions via text, and I've gotten a couple emails on it saying, hey, can you give us a heads up when this is? So
there you go. We got you got a good month heads up now. Friday, June 28th.
Plenty of time for me to get my water wings, and I always like to wear a life jacket just in case.
Of course.
It's good to be safe. Swim goggles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Harpoon.
Now, I got a text from a listener. Is this happening this Memorial Day weekend? The early tasting at the Minnesota State Fair?
Yeah, it started
Sure
yesterday, I believe.
Oh, it started yesterday.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever? Here's the text I got. Are you guys going to that early tasting of the Minnesota State Fair? I'm taking my mom and my dude.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I went
I've gone to
last
every one.
year. Yeah, it was an absolute blast because it's way less crowded. Like, you can actually find a seat in front of some live music. You're not waiting in line for food for 45 minutes. It's a lot of fun.
Okay. You've gone to every damn one of them, Josh.
Yeah, which is what, 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Isn't this where you deep throated the pickle in front of the troopers?
No, that was when they had the auto show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went to the very first one of these.
The drive-through?
Yeah, the drive-through.
Yep.
Yeah, because 4 years ago, whatever, they canceled the whole schmear, right?
That was so weird.
I think that's why they got this idea.
Okay, right.
Maybe they already had something in the works, but I thought that's what started it.
So I went to the drive-through setup the first time they had this half-ass fair, and you drove up. You drove up on this guy. I don't know, maybe it took you a half hour. So it's different now? I mean, obviously, you don't have to be in your car and staying away from people like you did during the COVID scene. But so what is it like now? It's like half the real fair. I don't know what they're doing now.
Yeah, it's not like it's much smaller, obviously, but they've got your standard fare. You know, I didn't mean that. I guess FARE.
Right.
You know, the different food you want. Last year we spent some time on a swing set. You know, those play sets. My youngest was out there on one of those. I mean, there's just a few things out there you can do.
I just looked it up. The vendors, they got 35 different food vendors out there.
Yeah.
That's solid. I mean, it looks like anything you would think you'd want at the fair, it looks like you can probably find it here at this little preview.
Yeah, because the first year was like corn dogs and cheese curds for the most part, right?
Yeah, like
That's
I
what I
said,
remember.
it maybe took a half hour. We stayed in the car. You hit this joint and that joint, and then they pushed you out of there. So it's only gotten bigger and bigger. I wasn't aware that they were still kicking this thing loose. The early tasting at the Minnesota State Fair this weekend. Okay, so are you going again this year, Josh?
Well, I don't know because my family's, they're going out of town this weekend, so it'd be kind of solo, which might be kind of sad. I don't know.
No, that's awesome. Josh, I love going to the state fair by myself.
Oh, do you really?
You save so much money.
I feel like people were looking at me as if I was up to something. Like I was showing up by myself, but I was going to leave with somebody who's unwilling.
Just kind of do that move where you're looking around like you're looking for your family. You know, like, are they over there? No.
Nobody notices when you're at the fair by yourself, for Christ's sake.
I don't know. I have a Twitter account that's all about it. Is this guy at the fair by himself? Roast him.
Just picture Josh standing there looking forlorn with the corn dog in his hand.
I have also gone to the fair alone, and there's not a damn thing wrong with it, and nobody notices, and you just save so much time and energy.
You could get so much done. You could just get whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
That's the best part.
Obviously, it's just you and you alone, and you don't have to. Oh, this person's got to stop and take a piss. Oh, this person wants to look at the moth barn or what? What do they have? What's that?
They got the butterflies.
Yeah, the butterflies pooping in your hair, and
to me, it's like a family affair.
Well, you're a family man. You are to the bone. So there you go. I'm guessing this goes through Monday?
I thought it was even maybe a little longer. I'll look at it. Or are you still on the page?
Yeah, it goes through Sunday.
Oh, it's only through Sunday.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Started yesterday. Or no, starts today.
Oh, I thought it started yesterday.
Started yesterday. I'm good at this.
Come on.
yeah, just read a little slower. Like, you can wait till you have the information.
Started yesterday, goes through Sunday.
All right.
This Sunday, for sure, this Sunday?
4 to 9 tonight, 11 to 7 Saturday and Sunday.
That's weird they wouldn't go through Monday.
Yeah. Kind of missing out on a day there.
I hear you. What else is going on? Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder will be here a little bit later at 7:30. They'll want to talk about basketball, this and that. Am I missing anything? Oh, more people roasting Wapple, dunking on Wapple. Oh, great. Some of this stuff is great. God, you folks are funny. Again, Wapple's picture, Wapple in a Kevin Garnett basketball jersey is up on all our pages, the website, the Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And we are asking you to dunk on Wapple, a.k.a. roast him. Looks like someone peed their pants and had to get clothes from the nurse's office.
That is true.
Oh, the kid would come back in just the baggy, oversized clothes. Everybody knew what happened.
That's why I would always bring an extra pair of pants. My mom would pack one for me every day.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a terrible pant wetter and bed wetter.
Yeah.
And she really would put an extra pair of trousers in your backpack?
Yeah, I always had a backup pair. I never went through two, luckily.
I love talking about that. I know it's a painful memory for you, but that is so interesting to me.
You guys act like it's weird. It was only up through about 6th grade.
That's nuts.
Maybe 7th grade. I think only about 6th grade, and all of us, you guys make a thing out of this.
So far, there's been no surprise that our listening audience, the proud brother and sisterhood, would be excellent at roasting/dunking on Wapple.
We knew it.
Absolutely. Is Wapple an action figure that was left in somebody's junk drawer? Because you are kind of in action poses.
Yep. Yeah, I was trying to dunk. I tried to shoot a good one on them.
Shoot a good one.
You got to shoot a good one. Big rocks into little rocks, Jesus. The one where your hand... Well, did he Photoshop this, or did you put one with your hand up?
No, I was trying to dunk on that one.
Oh, that's a dunk?
Yeah.
Oh, you're never going to dunk. Okay, that doesn't look like a dunk. He said, when you go up for a high five, but no one gets you. That's what it looks like. You're trying to high five somebody much taller than you.
It does.
Do you think that maybe out of the 5 of us, Wapple, you would be the worst at basketball?
No.
Who do you think out of the 5 of us you'd be better than at basketball?
Sorry, but Ashley.
I played until like my sophomore year of high school, so I doubt that. Wapple.
What makes you think you'd be better at Ashley? Is it because she's a girl?
Oh,
No.
wow, that's really sexist.
No,
Wapple.
it's
Do
because
you have a
she's
sexist tattoo?
kind of
Is that-
clumsy, you know?
Oh, I was pretty good at basketball. I got player of the game one time because I was the most aggressive on the court, Wapple. So I'll take you down.
You got player of the game because you set the record for fouling out in the first quarter.
Yeah, aggressive could mean because you chased them with a knife on the court.
True. You hit him with a bike chain.
Wapple, do you think you could beat Josh at basketball?
Josh plays with his son.
Basketball. I play basketball with my son. For God's sakes, Wapple.
You're sexist and kind of predatory over there.
Watch out.
Don't make those. You can't make those accusations.
Are you a predator?
I'm going to come home and there's going to be a City of Egan van there with Child Protective Services.
So you don't think you could beat Josh?
I haven't shot a basketball in a while, so I don't know.
Well, maybe one day we'll all get together and find out.
Maybe that's my hidden talent. Maybe I should have been in the NBA.
Wapple, I also was a part of the basketball team in grade school. I ran the scoreboard, and I refereed a couple times, so I don't think you're going to be able to take me. I have that experience.
I grew up with 2 of what I believe the worst basketball players on earth. My pal Curtis and my other pal Hot Tub. We used to love to go out on a nice summer day to the neighborhood park. And this is all the way through our mid-20s. You know, we'd get good and drunk on a Friday night, and then Saturday, once we rolled out of bed from the house parties, we would go over to the park, bring a couple coolers of beer over to the park and play hoops. That was such a fun thing for us when we were young guys. And my favorite part of the whole experience was letting Curtis and Hot Tub play a little one-on-one before the full game started. You know what I'm saying? Because they were both so awful at basketball, and they both knew it and would just chuckle the entire time. There was just something about the rhythm of the game that they couldn't. The greatest thing that I ever saw from Curtis specifically when we played hoops was at one point, he had a wide open lane to the basket, and he's going to go in and attempt a layup. He ran himself too far under the basket, attempted to throw the ball straight upwards. It hit the bottom of the rim, came down and hit him in the face.
That's incredible.
I can just picture that.
Without breaking stride, he did bump. So I'd be surprised if you're worse than that.
I think I could beat that.
And more anxiety than hair Jesus. He's right. He said, has Wapple never seen Josh's basketball shorts? Clearly he can play. Look, I got him on again today.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm ready to go anytime.
In case a pickup game breaks out, you're ready?
It is because in case someone needs my jump shot. Mm-hmm. That's why I wear it.
Josh does look the part. He looks the part.
And you see the calves? He's going to dunk on you, dude.
Yeah.
Now,
you know what?
Physically, literally dunk on you, not just like the listeners are doing right now.
And you know what? Speaking of that, Josh, with your daily basketball shorts, and you always wear the tennis shoes, right?
Yep.
And you're pigeon-toed.
And duck-toed.
And you know who else was kind of pigeon-toed?
Who dat?
When they walked? Michael Jordan.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people put our names in the same sentence. Like, he's nothing like Michael Jordan, I hear all the time.
When you walk with your basketball shorts, sometimes it reminds me of old videos of Jordan walking on the...
Well, that's a great compliment.
Yeah, you both have sort of a pigeon-toed hitch.
If you look up our net worths, they're nothing close to each other.
No, I doubt that. Yeah. Right.
You know, we used to work with a guy very tall, and he's probably the worst basketball player I've ever seen. And I remember being a little surprised. He's gangly a tad, didn't look super athletic, but I thought, well, he's tall. He's going to be okay. And that wasn't the case.
Did I play basketball against this guy?
Yeah, and
I
remember how bad he was.
Oh my God!
Both of us were like, "Are you serious? You're really that bad?"
You're talking about the Columbine kid.
Yeah.
He was zero coordination. Maybe the least coordinated person I'd ever seen in my life. You're right. He had height, but that was the end of the story.
I mean, height, reach, everything. You think, well, you could lay up. We'll put him in the paint. You can lay up every time, and it was so bad.
Just 100% absence of coordination.
Yeah.
That was the end of the story right there.
And I think part of his problem was his pants would always fall down too, so he's busy yanking those pants up.
He always had to dress like he was going to fill in for a member of Korn at a live concert.
Yeah,
right?
No matter the weather, he had jeans on. And here's a guy that no matter the weather is wearing basketball shorts, but that was his look.
Yeah, you're right. Height doesn't do much. Doesn't do much for you. Here's the deal. We got to get going again. Thank you so much for getting involved in dunking on Wapple. Again, look for it on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, our what do you call it, our regular website. We got a picture of Wapple, little Wolves spirit going around, a picture of Wapple in my Kevin Garnett jersey, roast his ass, dunk on Wapple, and we'll be rolling through your messages as the show goes on. Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder, a little bit later. Like I mentioned, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Half-assed morning show.
They're loud, they lose control, they do their little circus act, they're a nuisance.
93X.
Our technicians are geared up and ready to make sure your system is running reliably this summer. Regular maintenance from Standard Heating helps prevent costlier breakdowns in the future, and we know they always happen at the worst times.
Summer's coming, but don't sweat it. Stay cool with Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Beat the heat now and ensure comfort all summer long. Their expert technicians are ready to ensure your AC is in top shape. Call and schedule a tune-up today at 612-824-2656 or online at standardheating.com.
Just Capital is a nonprofit that tracks which companies are a force for good. Companies like Bank of America, which just earned the Just Capital seal. Bank of America is ranked #1 for ongoing commitment to their workers, with initiatives like Sharing Success, which awarded 97% of their teammates additional compensation, nearly all in stock. This is the program's 7th consecutive year, awarding more than $4.8 billion in total. Visit justcapital.com to learn how a just business is a better business.
Furnished by Just Capital.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
All right, we're asking you if you'd get involved in something this morning, and so far, so good. What we've done, we've taken a picture of Wapple, just to add a little Wolves hype to the mix this morning. We've taken a picture of our guy Wapple wearing my Kevin Garnett jersey. We've put it up on our website. We've put it up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we're asking you to roast Wapple's ass. Dunk on Wapple this morning. Give us your nastiest, most hilarious comments on his appearance wearing that Wolves jersey. And like I said, so far, so good. Let me share you some of the dunks so far. Folks are referring to you, Wapple, in that Wolves jersey as Larry Turd.
That's pretty good. The Naz Weed from earlier, that got me. Or Larry Baby Bird, I've seen a few times.
Someone added on Magic playing Machinist Jesus. He said playing off the Naz Weed. He said with my nose, it's so big, it should be Schnoz Weed.
There you go. The Lil Ticket.
That's good.
Kevin Garnett is how some have described you. Other roasts or dunks on Wapple? After seeing his picture, I feel the need to pay Wapple's mother child support. Wapple modeling his Timberwolves sundress. It is quite large on you, that jersey. Wapple looks like he can dribble. D's nuts down his face.
Oh, Jesus.
It didn't end there.
had some more steam to it there at the end.
Some of the Photoshop ones are great. I'll try anything twice, Jesus. He has you holding a sign saying, I have gonorrhea. That's been a popular one, and it looks like you got a buddy in the photo. I don't know if I can describe that or not. And we were kind of hoping that would show up.
You knew it would.
And by the way, you were all worried about your arms. Your arms are just fine, buddy. You wore a T-shirt in the earlier pictures. We've posted some new ones where you are not wearing a T-shirt underneath the jersey. You look just fine.
Yeah, you look good, dude.
Are they arms like buggy whips?
Oh, yeah, kind of.
Because that would be gimmick infringement. A couple more roasts headed your way, Wapple. Scrotum like a yo-yo, Jesus says, one time I was asked if I was effing stupid. I said no, but give me a few minutes and Wapple's address and I could be. Retired Air Force Jesus says, Wapple looks like he gives HJs per bus fare and then walks home. Love that. I haven't seen the new picture. I'll have to cruise by our website if I can and see the new picture where you are not wearing a T-shirt underneath the jersey, which was cheating right from the get-go. Skin to win, Wapple.
Yeah.
You know the rules. Skin to win. Let me go ahead.
Do anything for the girlfriend? She get turned on a little bit when she sees some of those photos?
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. I'm kind of checking the phone to see what are you doing this morning.
All right, here's the deal. We got to cut loose with the stupid news. A priest could be in some trouble. He's accused of biting a lady. The word is the two of them, the priest and the lady, they had an argument during that communion setup. I've been part of one or two of those. You walk on up to the front. Is that what they're talking about, Josh?
Yeah, yep.
Right.
I was a part of one not too long ago.
The body of Christ. Yeah, this here priest, he bit down on the body of the lady. That pissed him off at communion. The story goes like this here. The lady showed up at Mass one day for her niece's first communion type of a thing. She must have gotten in line with everybody else for the general communion. Word is the priest, who hasn't been named as of yet, he refused to give the woman her communion bread because, according to him, she hadn't performed the necessary steps to earn what they call here the Holy Sacrament.
You know, I've been to plenty of different churches, and some of them handle that differently. I don't know if you grew up Catholic, Nick. I don't know if you noticed that. I've noticed that. You've noticed that?
Yep.
Yeah, not the one that we went to the most didn't. They didn't really say anything about it. But the last one, the priest gave essentially a speech on what you're supposed to do if you can't follow the rules, whatever they have of getting communion. And one of them was like you hold your arms up like you're hugging yourself if you just want a blessing when you come up.
That's what our church does.
Okay, yeah, somebody told me that plenty of churches are doing that.
Yeah, because they don't want to single someone out. You know, back in the day, you just kind of have to sit in the pew, and then everyone kind of goes up and gets communion. So they're kind of including everyone.
You're sitting back there with all your friends.
So it's weird, yeah, if you walked up with the hugging yourself, the priest would French kiss you instead of give you communion.
See, I know exactly what
That's
you guys
why
are
you go up that way all the time.
I've been to church a few times lately because some people have checked out. And I know exactly what the both of you are talking about. But Wapple, to me, it seems you just said they're behaving in a way that the rules are laid out in a way where it's trying to include everyone. I felt more excluded.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, that they were calling people out.
Oh yeah. Oh, they directly said, look, there's only a few of you who have earned the right to come up here.
Yeah,
if you haven't done this, or this, don't come up here.
So for lesser folks in the audience, if you just put your arms over your like you're hugging yourself.
Like a big axe across your chest.
Yeah, like your, what's her name, Hester Pern or whatever. You got a scarlet letter over you. You come up here and get that blessed.
I hadn't been to church in a regular. I haven't been to church regularly since I was effing 10. I know very little of what goes on at any church. Yes, like Josh said, I was raised Catholic, but I barely paid attention. So this kind of took me by surprise. I was kind of surprised to hear the way they were blatantly excluding some people from, hey, don't get up because you ain't going to get jack squat, is basically pretty much what they said. At any rate, this lady, she gets up in line for communion. The priest says, the woman, where did I go with this? The woman argued that the priest, I have no idea where I'm going with this.
Well, while you're looking for that.
I have it. Okay, yeah, go ahead, Josh.
This text says, I think the term I was looking for with the arms crossed, it's not hugging yourself, it's Wakanda forever. It is Wakanda forever.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it is.
It shows you how little I understand churches because I got so lost. I think I know where I'm going with this now. The priest refused to give the woman her communion because, like I said, he said she hadn't performed the necessary steps to earn the Holy Sacrament. The woman argued with the priest, here we go, that she had performed the necessary steps to get a piece of the body of Christ. She told the priest that she was, quote, accepted by God. The priest didn't want to hear none of that trash talk, and according to the woman, he allegedly, quote, tried to ram a cookie in my mouth. A cookie?
I've heard some people call the wafer a cookie.
Oh,
but
okay.
It could have actually been literally a cookie, but I've heard people say that before.
Those are the words of the woman. So I think, yes, she was referring to the wafer, and she alleges that the priest kind of roughly tried to ram it into her mouth just to get her to shut up. That's what I'm understanding here. The lady then tried to grab some of that delicious communion bread that the priest was holding, but he grabbed her and bit her on her damned arm. Police had to swing by and talk with the priest. he more or less said, hey, I warned her that she had not taken the proper steps to be able to receive communion, blah, blah. He went on from there. He says, more or less, yeah, I warned her.
I don't think she thought you were going to bite.
He went on to say that the lady had pushed him and that he considered what he did a matter of self-defense.
Sure.
The priest might be charged with battery, which is hilarious. But some are saying that the priest was trying to protect the Holy Communion from a sacrilegious act. What a ridiculous mess.
Yeah. That guy takes it a little too seriously. It's probably okay. I bet God would be forgiving on this one. By the way, I guess the proper name for the wafer, according to this text, is Jesus. I can eat a lot of Jesus.
Oh, I can go through a box if I'm not watched closely.
That's funny. I'd never heard that one before.
That's news to me as well.
All right, you're lying if you say this wouldn't bother you at least a little damn bit. Some effing guy out there in California got a live rattlesnake in the mail. And the dude says he thinks it was attempted murder.
Gosh, I'm trying to think what my first reaction, after the screaming, of course, and the urination, spontaneous urination. I don't know if I'd ever think that. Would you guys ever think somebody's trying to kill me? I would assume it was a mistake.
Yeah,
even if it was addressed to me.
Yeah.
Even if it was addressed to you?
Yeah, I would assume it was because have you ever received something that you didn't order? It was a mistake?
Yeah.
No.
That just happened to me not too long, like a big piece of furniture. They delivered it to me by accident with my name on it.
Oh, wow.
I don't have much experience in that field, but I don't know if I don't know if my mind would directly go to murder, but it would certainly frighten and confuse the hell out of me.
I would think prank immediately.
A rattlesnake?
After, I'm not saying it's a good one, but before attempted murder, I would think somebody was messing with me.
The dude who received the package is a 60-year-old fella called Elijah Bowles. Elijah called the folks at 911 after he picked up a package at his neighborhood post office. An unlucky gal friend of Elijah's, who was sitting in his passenger seat, cracked the damn thing open, and there was a live and extremely pissed-off rattlesnake up in there.
Yeah.
Elijah said when she opened the box, she almost threw the snake at me.
What's in the box?
The snake.
I knew it was going to happen.
I had to.
I mean, she was so startled. They were both so startled, they couldn't effing believe it. They pulled over to the side of the road, kicked the box out the car. Elijah got a stick in his hand and, opened the box with the stick, from a distance. And there was, sure as hell, it was just what they thought, a pissed off, real live rattlesnake. What they call here the U.S. Postal Inspection Service is conducting an investigation. Animal Control took the snake into custody. Elijah said someone tossed cotton balls inside the box to prevent postal workers from hearing the snake's rattle. He estimated the sumbitch was about 2 foot long skis. That's attempted murder if you ask me, he told the local newspaper. There was a return address on the package. But the story doesn't indicate whether or not Elijah has any idea whose address that is. Now it says here, anyone who's bitten by a rattlesnake should seek medical attention within a half hour. A bite can be fatal if left untreated. If untreated, a rattlesnake bite can cause organ failure, Peyronie's disease, and death in just 2 to 3 days.
Peyronie's disease.
Yeah, that one doesn't seem like the others.
Assassination attempts by rattlesnake have happened in Southern California. In 1978, an attorney nearly died after he was bitten by a rattlesnake that someone had placed in his mailbox. Police arrested a fella, in that case, named Charles Dedrich, who was the leader of some whack-bag cult. Now back to Elijah to wrap this up. He says that a second virtually identical package was recently mailed to his house. He took that one to the cops rather than open it himself.
Good call.
He said, I'm trying to figure this out. Do I have enemies? I'm not a gangster. I'm a truck driver. So what the hell's going on there?
That's weird, man. I wonder if it's a mistaken identity thing or something. Or maybe someone really is trying to kill him.
Trying to think if I've pissed anybody off enough in this life that they would send me a rattlesnake to kill me.
I have, definitely.
Ashley, you think you have?
Yeah.
I bet you could take a rattlesnake easy.
I like snakes, though. I'd be probably pretty pumped.
The rattlesnake takes one look at Ashley and just slithers the other direction.
F it, I'm going to Dana's.
Yeah. That's an easy target there.
I bet there are a couple ex-employees of ours, how do I say that, Josh? A couple of ex-coworkers of ours who wouldn't mind mailing us a rattlesnake.
Possibly. If it was the Texas rattlesnake, I'd be pretty excited about that. But you probably can't fit Stone Cold Steve Austin in a box.
For Christ's sake, again with the squatters, what a damn disaster this sad-ass movement has become. It's just infuriating. F me running. A lady hopped up onto that social media nonsense to tell the latest squatter story. She says she found a dude hiding under her damn bed, which is horrifying enough, right? And then soon after that, she found out he'd been squatting in her house for 4 months. Kay is the name she's going with here. Kay.
That's like out of a horror movie.
Yeah, it is. Kay explained how, for this and that reason, she does sometimes spend quite a few hours away from home. She goes here, she goes there. She's got a kid or two. So she's not home a lot. One day, after spending the night at her folks' place, Kay came home in the morning and decided to take a nap. She got all of her clothes off. She hops into the old fart sack. And then she heard some weird noises. She leaned over the side of the bed and looked up under the damn thing and saw blue jeans and black socks sticking out from underneath her bed. She ran for her damn life. She called the cops when she had a minute. And the cops found out. Well, not the cops found out. That's not where I wanted to go next with that. She called the cops. The dude that was under her bed just casually walks out of her house and down the street like nothing happened. She recognized that it was the dude who mows her lawn. Now the cops showed up, and they talked to this effing lowlife prick. He admitted to have been living in the house for 4 months. He was breaking in when nobody was looking, using the shower, playing her kid's PlayStation thing, eating the food in the house. Police started looking into what the hell was wrong with this effing guy. Remember I said, he's the guy that mows her lawn? The cops, I don't know, maybe they were bored out of their minds and had no leads whatsoever. They searched his lawnmower.
There's got to be a clue here.
Oh, they found some things. They did. Maybe they were drunk. The cops were like, let's just look in the guy's lawnmower. But they found pairs of Kay's underwear hidden in the lawnmower.
What?
And underwears that belong to other women's as well. Kay said that this squatter puke was a friend of her brother's from high school. She hasn't seen the dude since, except once she said she saw the guy at a neighborhood bar. And like usual, there isn't much she could do about what happened. He's gone now.
Wonder if that was something where he was obsessed with her since high school. Chose her for that reason, maybe.
There you go.
Couldn't get over it.
How bizarre and frustrating, the whole thing. Because there really isn't a hell of a lot she can do. Okay, he's gone now. Let's hope he doesn't come back. That's kind of the approach. And I agree with you, Josh, because I looked at some of the comments, and of course, there's the types who say, this is a homeless person and we need to show sympathy. And I get all that. But the dude had panties stashed in his lawnmower. This wasn't some harmless, down on his luck homeless person to me.
I hear what that person's saying. Yeah, he could use some help, but I highly doubt they also included their address. Like, come on over, I got a room. I practice what I preach.
There's evidence that shows he's sneaking into other women's homes and stealing their panties. I don't think we need to have a fundraiser for this guy.
No, I mean, you could just ask if you're down on your luck, somebody.
All right, while we're at it, how about another one of those badass, crazy people who can't help but call the police dozens of times a day because they're completely disconnected from reality?
These are always great.
A lady, I believe from Japan, she got herself arrested for calling the police 1,200 times in 8 days. And all she would say is, Merry Christmas.
Terrifying.
It's not over yet. Merry Christmas. Die.
Oh. That sounds like a movie.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Merry Christmas, Die?
It does. This was back in December, as you might have guessed. She's apparently got a different idea of what the holiday spirit is all about. So the cops had to pounce on this lady. She's a 55-year-old. Again, 1,200 phone calls to the police over 8 days. Merry Christmas. Die was her favorite line. Now, it says here, it should be noted, that in Japan, shouting die at someone is more like shouting F you around here. It's not looked at as an actual threat of, as they say here in the story, fatal violence, if that means anything to you. Die, I guess, is thrown around as willy-nilly as F you.
I kind of love that. I'd love to someone pisses me off. Die!
When the cops put the cuffs on the Merry Christmas Die lady, they say, oh no, Josh, she was very uncooperative. Very uncooperative.
She didn't see their side of the argument at all?
Matter of fact, she says she doesn't remember anything.
I love that excuse. Something very memorable that someone doesn't remember when they get called out on it.
Man. Here's one for you folks who like cutesy kid stuff. And a continued conversation on the abuse of emergency services. A 5-year-old kid by the name of Xavier called 911 multiple times in his neighborhood because he wanted pizza.
It wasn't like he was starving and his parents were feeding him. That was not the case at all. He came outside, he was a little nervous. We have 3 police officers. He knows he did wrong, by calling 911 for pizza.
And because people fall for this kind of crap too easily, some of the cops in town brought the kid a pizza. Oh. Sure, but if a grown person does that, they're going to jail. I get it. It's, how do you call it? A double standard, Cubby, and it's not funny.
Well, there's a difference. They're using some reason that it's a kid. It's a life lesson. Might be confusing because he did get what he wanted by doing something he's not supposed to do, but...
Dana, how's that Drugs for Kids program coming along?
It's going real well, actually. We have a meeting this weekend if you guys would like to come with.
You're not having a meeting.
See, this is great because you've got an in. Your fiance is a second-grade teacher, so you can start him right at that time.
That's the perfect age.
And I just realized I suggested your fiance is dealing drugs on your behalf, so I retract that statement.
The little kid, he's 5, he's cute. He calls the cops over and over again. I want pizza. Then they brought him a pizza. Not the way I would have handled it.
That wouldn't happen if I did that.
Well, that's what I just said.
A buddy of mine's kids called the cops, fake report, huge response. I mean, that was, and the worst part about it is, luckily nobody got hurt, but the worst part about it was he's a police officer, right? And so he's obviously, any parent would be very embarrassed, mortified, and angry, and then doubly so when they find out, oh, this is whose kids this is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that must have sucked eggs.
Oh, you'd have to change careers.
And I saw it, too, because I saw the response. I mean, there was cops racing, because it was bad what they said happened. Cops are racing by me. And so I had just texted them later. I'm like, dude, what was going on? And he's like, I'll have to call you later and explain. And he told me what happened. You got to be kidding me.
How old was the kid?
Oh, shoot. I want to say they were middle school.
And can you give us any hint as to what fake report the kids were?
I don't necessarily want to say, but it was just that something was going on in their neighborhood.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
That's a little too old for that to just be like, oh, whoopsie.
And they had described someone, and the cops actually found somebody that kind of fit that description. It could have went bad. Obviously, it could have went really bad. Thankfully, it didn't. Poor guy. I kind of love that it happened to him, but also I feel bad that it happened to him.
Well, I know a couple folks who were the children of cops, and they had some trouble. And I wonder if because when you're a kid, you're dumb as a box of. Maybe when you're a kid, you get an idea in your head that because you're the child of a cop, you're above the law. Do you see where I'm going with that?
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know.
Because there were a couple young people when I was a young person whose parents were cops, and they were off the chart hellraisers. And I think because they thought, well, mom and dad can get me out of this. That's just a general thought on the subject.
I know a kid whose mom was the principal, and he had that exact same attitude.
Did he really?
Oh, big time.
I've heard that about politicians sometimes. Their kids will be that way.
Yeah. You get a
my
thought.
congressman father will get me out of this.
Right.
Or my,
You think that way when you're 15.
My mayor mother will get me out of this.
Right. All right. The question launched our way to begin this next tier story is, and we'll have to wrap it up with this one. Why are people stealing the art that's hanging on the walls at Taco Bell restaurants? South of the border, I believe they say, Josh. That's the slogan over there.
I love Taco Bell.
South of the border. Why are people stealing the art that's hanging on the walls at Taco Bell restaurants? I'm going to go ahead and guess. I'm going to say it's another lame way to try and be cool on social media. That's my guess. I'm going to go ahead anyway, and we'll try to find out why this is happening. It says here, this is a real thing. That's not only happening now, it's been going on for years. Here's the story. In 2003, an artist called Mark Smith met with Taco Bell executives and convinced them to hang some of his art in their restaurants. All right? For over a decade, this Smith guy's art hung on the walls of Taco Bells all over America, hardly any attention being paid to them whatsoever. Then in 2015, someone stole one of his pieces from a Taco Bell in Ohio. And then I believe the thief tried to resell the painting, or whatever it was, on the godless internet. So I guess there you go. It's lowlifes simply trying to make some monies in a shady way instead of coming by it honestly.
It is pretty cool art.
Is it?
Yeah, it's very, very abstract.
Oh.
Really, I thought it was kind of weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
And I was going to ask you guys, I've never noticed art at Taco Bell. I'm sure it's there. I've just never paid attention.
I can't really see it from the drive-thru.
Yeah, I've never sat down in the restaurant. I don't want people to watch me eat my Taco Bell. It's not a pretty scene.
You're very considerate.
One of those scenes where you go to the drive-thru and you get enough food that they give you enough napkins, assuming 5 or 6 people are going to be eating that food.
Yeah.
Folks were stealing the art off the wall and then looking to sell it on the godless internet. Oh, Christ. Some were looking to sell it for $300, $700. One piece, apparently, that you can see on eBay has a price of $10,000 attached to it. Who the hell's going to... What kind of sucker would... It looks like a lot of former Taco Bell employees were taking the art during restaurant renovations and trying to make money.
I can see that.
So I guess if you happen to run across one of these prints from this Smith character, If you see them at your Taco Bell restaurant, your neighborhood Taco Bell, now you know where it came from.
I'd rather have
interesting scam.
I'd rather have a nice, classy portrait of the Hamburglar from McDonald's.
I'm sure you could find one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I used to love the Hamburglar and the Fry Guys.
Yeah.
You know who hangs some pretty good art in their restaurant? A&W. They got the lovable bear character.
Oh, I do like him.
I don't know if I've ever actually been in one.
Oh, man.
Certainly gone through the drive.
They're cool. They're cool. And they got the lovable bear. He's usually, sometimes he's golfing. There's all kinds of activities that he gets involved.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Tavares, right in the butt.
What?
No. Blake.
This is the best.
Yeah, that's it, I think. Yeah, much better answer.
Our listeners are dunking on Wapple this morning. What we've done for tonight's big Game 2 between the Timberwolves and the Dallas Mavericks, we put Wapple in a Kevin Garnett Timberwolves jersey. Took his picture and put it on everywheres and all over the place. On our website, on our Snapchat. What is it again?
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
For those of you who are educated on social media, you'll be able to find it. Wapple in a Kevin Garnett Timberwolves jersey. And we're asking our listeners to roast his ass. Dunk on Wapple. Give our Muppet the goods. Tell him exactly what you think of his appearance. Here are some of the latest dunks on Wapple. One of our listeners says, I'm not dunking on a dude that looks like he drops his pants to his ankles when he goes pee.
Kind of do in those photos. I could see at a urinal with your pants and your ankles.
And the jersey all the way up tucked under his chin.
Pickle Rick calls you the geek freak.
Oh. Wapple looks like the kind of guy you want to date for a short while, and then while sitting next to him at a wrestling show, you send out a Snapchat taking applications for a new boyfriend.
Now, wait a minute. Wapple, that sounds like a true story. That happened.
Yeah, that was true.
Wapple looks like the kid who the coaches get together before the game and agree just to let him score one basket, but then gets absolutely stuffed by a kid who didn't get the message.
The best dunks, the best roasts are always the ones that get a little too friggin' personal. And that sumbitch that I just read about the Snapchat applications, woo-wee, you knocked that one out of the park. One more. Looks like, kind of playing off what Josh just said about a youth basketball player. Wapple looks like the last kid standing outside a basketball practice because his drunk dad forgot to pick him up.
One more on my side, too, from Nate. Wapple looks like the bait on To Catch a Predator. Why don't you have a seat right over there?
Oh, no. Wolves Mavericks Game 2, 7:30 tonight on TNT, live from Target Center. There's a big fat-ass keg party on the street beforehand. NBA playoffs otherwise. Boston won last night. Edmonton won Game 1 of the NHL's Western Conference Final. Twins start a series tonight at home against the Texas Rangers. Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder are going to duck in here in a half hour. We got plenty to cover. A lot of laughs to be had. Keep dunking on Wapple. Find them on our website and Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. Find that picture of Wapple in that basketball jersey and dunk on his ass. It's getting more and more fun as we go. Josh's News is coming up next.
Half-Assed Morning Show.
They're loud, they lose control, they do their little circus act, they're a nuisance.
93X.
Our technicians are geared up and ready to make sure your system is running reliably this summer. Regular maintenance from Standard Heating helps prevent costlier breakdowns in the future, and we know they always happen at the worst times.
Summer's coming, but don't sweat it. Stay cool with Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Beat the heat now and ensure comfort all summer long. Their expert technicians are ready to ensure your AC is in top shape. Call and schedule a tune-up today at 612-824-2656 or online at standardheating.com.
John brings his skewed sense of humor. Jeff brings tips to cut strokes off your next round. Together, it's those weekend golf guys.
They'll pay a lot of money to PXG and Titleist and Callaway and on and on and on, right? How many yards do you think you're going to pick up with that extra driver? I think I can get an extra 5 to 10. What if I give you 15 to 20? You pay me more.
Jeff Smith teaches on a sliding scale.
Those weekend golf guys, the podcast, part of the Believe Network. Just search BLEAV on YouTube or wherever you listen.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
What's the point of having video surveillance footage if you're not going to actually use it to prevent crimes or properly address crimes that have been reported?
Oh, this one's icky. A woman filed a lawsuit against Dollar Tree, Inc. after she said a man covertly ejaculated on her back while she was shopping. The alleged incident took place about 10:30 a.m. December 5th at a store in Houston, Texas, according to the lawsuit filed on Monday. The woman, identified by her initials of MR in the lawsuit to protect her identity, said she was browsing items in an aisle when her friend was in another. She said a man suddenly showed up behind her and started saying sexually explicit things. She hurried to her friend to say they had to leave. As they were paying for the items, she saw the man leave on a bicycle. But as soon as the poor gal was getting into her car, her friend pointed out something wet and sticky all over the back of her sweatshirt.
Help us all.
And she realized, with horror, it was sin fluid. The perpetrator had ejaculated on her while making his vulgar remarks to her inside the store.
I feel this cold in my back, like in my buttocks. And I said, I feel it. I think I'm wet.
Oh, boy.
That is so awful.
Yep.
They got to cut it off.
That's the only real way to solve something like this.
At this point, we just got to start cutting them off.
I mean, and the timing, by the way, is impressive. He could maybe be a porn star, something like that. Use the talent for good. But in this case, I mean, there's people that would be okay with that. She was not. She called her sister, a cop, who advised her to report the incident. So she returned to the store to speak with employees. But when she explained what happened, she was shocked when the clerk yelled at her manager, "We got another one."
Oh, wow.
Yep. It's happened before.
I just got sexually assaulted in your store. And she turns around and she yells in Spanish, not knowing that I am bilingual. And she says, "Oh, another one. We just have another one." And I was like so stunned. I'm like, "What do you mean you have another one?" She's like, "You're the third case in less than 4 days."
The woman's lawyers claim the business failed to have appropriate levels of staffing, implement security measures, failed to report the incident in question and other assaults to police, and didn't warn customers about the string of sexually motivated crimes.
That's
what a sick F.
We got another one.
That's disturbing.
It's a wedding celebration no one will forget. It ended with the groom and another man in jail, while a third man was sent to the hospital with a gunshot wound to the wiener beater. Indiana State Police were dispatched to the reception hall when a woman called 911, alleging the groom, Corey Parker, shot her boyfriend during an argument. She told police she thought maybe it was a drunken accident. Parker told police his bride had left with Jonathan Goff's wife to return to the hotel. He said Goff had gotten into an argument with his own wife after being accused of flirting with another woman. As he was leaving, he and Goff got into an argument. They both shoved each other. Parker got into his car when Goff came down upon him. Parker told police he believed that Goff was trying to get his gun. Parker said the gun was in both of their hands when all the tussle and bustle, it went off, striking the boyfriend of the woman who called 911. Parker said he didn't intend to shoot him. He's going to be fine. He was shot in the hand. In today's installment of Unorthodox Weaponry, a Florida woman was arrested Tuesday night after striking a man in the neck with an assault pastry, specifically a cinnamon roll. 37-year-old Anne Marie Luna chucked the frosty delicacy at the back of the 49-year-old victim's head, striking him at the base of the neck. Unfortunately, the report doesn't reveal a motive for the cinnamon roll attack, which was recorded by security cameras. Police say the victim wasn't injured by the cinnamon roll, but does want her prosecuted. He don't play.
I guess not.
A Kentucky teacher was removed from the classroom and charged with terroristic threats Wednesday after he told students he would be the next school shooter.
Whoa.
A high school student notified staff after they saw a teacher, Michael Tripp, tell a group of students they had only a few days left to shoot up the school. School staff contacted the police, and during an interview, he told them that he did make a comment about shooting up the school. According to his arrest citation, he was told the students that the students that he would become the next school shooter. He'll be in court for his comments next week. What happened there? There's often buzz around politics, but this next story is a little too literal and yet another example of how crazy politics can get. A candidate running for a seat in the Texas House is accused of, by one of his opponents, a supporter specifically, of intentionally luring a swarm of bees to their campaign tent outside an early voting location.
Give me a friggin' break.
But the beekeeper in question says he's being blamed for something he didn't do. Jeff Berry is running for Texas House District 29 against Alex Kamer in a runoff election. He claims early Monday morning he and his campaign team noticed a large swarm of bees hovering around their tent outside the early voting location. Thousands of them, he said.
There were a lot of bees. It was very noticeable when you walk up that there was something going on. How all of this unfolded, we feel like it was intentional.
Attack bees. Berry believes the incident had something to do with Doug Holloway, a beekeeper and supporter of the other man. He claims Holloway had parked his truck with bee boxes near their campaign tent that morning on purpose. They said a drove of bees began gathering after Holloway left. Holloway denies those allegations.
Nobody asked me to do this. I put no one in danger. In fact, I have a right to set bee boxes as a beekeeper. There were no bees in there.
A police spokesperson said they were unable to get involved because the incident happened at a polling location, which makes it a federal matter. So Berry said he's contemplating whether to file a report with the FBI.
Our poll workers are older. Some of them are allergic to bees. So it got to be a point where we were a little bit concerned for the safety of the individuals in our tent.
No one reported being stung, and Berry's team couldn't provide any photos or videos of the alleged bee swarms.
Come on.
So ridiculous.
And the fact that the dude immediately mentioned his rights, does that sound a little shady to you?
I don't know, something's going on.
Like he was preparing to make that statement?
I don't know. But it's one of those things where it's believable at this point. I'm sorry for that. That was off the top of my head. I didn't plan that. I didn't mean it. And I owe you an apology. It's not crazy anymore, right?
No, it's not.
It's like, oh, yeah, maybe they did have some attack bees. In more bee-related news, a team of microbiologists at Cardiff University in Wales have developed a new way to get buzzed. Beer made using extracts from killer bees. They're going to come out with killer bee beer. Coming soon to a liquor store near you.
They've put just about everything they can in beer these days.
Yeah, I suppose they're just getting, maybe they're running out of ideas. Mm-hmm. A Florida man's accused of stealing his roommate's pickup truck and pants. Deputies responded to a home Sunday for a report of a stolen blue F-150. Another roommate said his pants were stolen. Inside the pants were keys and a wallet, which had about $120 in cash. The pickup truck was found with 59-year-old Frank Wayne in the driver's seat. They also found the stolen pants, wallet, and key inside the vehicle. This guy gave a whole new meaning to pickpocketing, said Sheriff Rick Staley. Not only did he pick a pocket, he took the entire pants, Staley said. Wayne was transported to a detention facility where he was provided with fresh orange pants of his own. Gamers got their first look at the newest entry in the Call of Duty series yesterday. A teaser trailer for Call of Duty Black Ops 6 was released, the theme of which, the truth lies. Video shows vandals breaking into Mount Rushmore, hanging banners with those three words over the sculptured faces of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Theodore Roosevelt. A website promoting the game features a short news clip about similar showings up around the world, including Paris, Berlin, and Washington, D.C. You can see this video on 93x.com. The release date for Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will be announced at the Xbox Game Showcase June 9th. The game is rumored to take place amid the Gulf War in the early 1990s, but little detail regarding the overall story has been confirmed.
Are you pumped?
I'm not much of a gamer. I did play the early Call of Duty games back in the day. Enjoyed them. Wapple, aren't you a Call of Duty guy?
Here and there. A lot of my buddies play it more than me.
Are they pretty excited about the...
Oh, definitely.
Are they?
I play a lot of single-player games, open world.
Heck yeah.
That's your thing too, Ashley?
Yeah. But I love some Call of Duty, that's for sure. And this trailer is so sweet looking.
It does look cool, doesn't it?
It's so long. How can a trailer be 8 minutes?
Oh, that's not a trailer.
That's a short film.
Well, if you've got 8 minutes to spare, you can see that on 93x.com. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, is now in theaters. George Miller is back with another high-octane Mad Max tale, focusing this time on a young Furiosa. It's a prequel, played by Anya Taylor-Joy, Hubba Hubba, and a warlord named Demetrius, played by Chris Hemsworth, Hubba Hubba. Also in theaters, the Garfield movie. Chris Pratt is the voice of Garfield, America's favorite feline lasagna enthusiast. Samuel L. Jackson plays Garfield's long-lost father, a scruffy street cat who talks Garfield and Odie into joining him on a heist. Nice to see Chris Pratt getting some work.
Yeah, no kidding.
The documentary The Blue Angels soars into living rooms today after an initial run in IMAX. Streaming on Prime Video, it does a look at the U.S. Navy's Flight Demonstration Squadron and frequent airshow headliner with immersive footage which puts you in the cockpit. And on Netflix, J-Lo in Atlas. Jennifer Lopez is Atlas Shepard, a skeptical data analyst who must learn to trust artificial intelligence to save humanity.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
This is a movie starring Jennifer Lopez. She's the main character?
J-Lo, yep.
I'll be damned.
She'll be on there. Jenny from the block. Then Sunday on NBC, the Indianapolis 500. We announced early this morning the return of 93X's half-ass morning show Booze Cruise. That's Friday, June 28th in Stillwater. Listen for your chance to score a 4-pack of tickets and then join us for drinks, questionable decisions, and free food on the St. Croix. Sponsored by Warner's Dock and Maplewood Auto Mall. Bobcat Goldthwait turns 62 Sunday.
Jesus.
Hank Williams Jr. will be 75. Bobcat, isn't he coming to town? Didn't we talk about that?
Yeah, actually, you saw that, right? Bobcat Goldthwait coming to town?
Yes, he is.
Do you
I can't remember what date, or it might have even already happened this past weekend.
Oh, farts. All right. Sorry I missed that. Mike Myers will be 61 tomorrow. Klaus Meine of the Scorpions going to be 76. Then today, John C. Reilly's 59 and Bob Dylan, 83.
Bobcats at Acme tonight and tomorrow night.
Tonight and tomorrow?
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Can't be there. We're off next week. So happy 38th birthday to Medical Device Shipping Jesus next Wednesday. Happy early birthday to Electrical Jesus from your cousin, Joe the Plumber. This text says, I want to wish my wife a happy anniversary. And that's from I'm the one with the small penis, Jesus. Sprinkler Jesus in Houston, Texas, texting a birthday shout-out to his older, less good-looking brother, Stillwater Chef Jesus, and that's 93X News.
Care 11's Randy Shaver.
You're a creep. What are you doing? What happened to you?
On the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Lost a lot, including my golf clubs. I had like $3,000 into that. I'd like to shout out TaylorMade and Titleist and Callaway. I really need new sets, or a new set. I lost it, and I just love golf.
Welcome to our latest F-Off Day, Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Brad Ryder.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
You got me? Okay.
Got you.
Are you there, Brad?
Unfortunately.
I'm there. Yeah.
Wow, Randy, right off the bat.
Why do you got to be like that?
I don't get
Just because you haven't won a dad fight since February.
Brad Ryder, I don't get it either. I don't get where the attitude comes from. I'm happy to have you on the line, Brad.
We all
Thank
are.
you.
Well,
most of you are.
yeah, the majority of us are.
Are you already up at the cabin for Memorial Day, Brad?
I am, and it's raining cats and dogs.
Is it?
So, yep.
Is everyone else asleep?
Only one other person from my family is up here. They are asleep, yes. And the dog is freaking out.
All right. Well,
You got the doc in yet?
Yep.
Ah, good for the Nickum.
Very great work by my pals at Nickum Doc. I haven't mentioned them before on the air.
Fantastic.
I've heard you say that.
Yeah.
Already up on
I love the boys at Nickum.
I do too. Randy, do you have a cabin?
I don't, but boy, if I did, I'd hire Nickum.
Yeah, I bet you would.
I'm just going to buy a doc.
I know. I was going to say I know somebody who could vouch for him.
I met a Nickum the other day. Brad Ryder.
Brett or Tony?
Brett.
Brett's a good dude. I don't know Tony as well.
I met him at Tonka Bay Marina. Very nice guy.
Yep.
Mentioned you.
Yep.
Mentioned some other people here in the building that he knows. He's a big shot. So how do you know him?
How do I know him?
Yeah, he's a big shot.
Well, yeah.
You're
I mean,
Brad.
I at one point I used to be a semi big shot. I'm not anymore, but when he used to come to Wolves games, I met him at Wolves games and got to know him a little bit.
So you're already
and then,
with the kid.
Yeah, and then when I got a cabin, then he was one of the first people I called, and we did a little business together and been doing business since.
You got the jet skis in the water?
Yep, everything's in the water.
Everything's ready
cool.
to go. Already on vacation.
Getting rained on. Yep, getting rained on right now. But,
Randy Shaver is going to be on a permanent vacation here. And how many work days now, Randy?
Fran Tarkenton.
10 left. 10 to go for Randy Shaver. That's work days.
That's work days.
Not calendar days.
Yep.
Fran Tarkenton.
The month of June is F-off month.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I get
we're all
paid
excited.
for it.
You got the everyone's got the F off vibes today. It's our ultimate F off day. We're not coming back next week.
Brad, you got a busy week next week. Your event's coming up.
My event is coming up. That's right. Monday, June 3rd. My gala's on Sunday night, June 2nd. So excited.
Here's a text for Brad Ryder. Brad, text from a listener. Do you and the wife ever ride the jet skis naked?
Oh, boy.
Up at the cabin when nobody's looking.
Not since the incident.
Well, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I could imagine that.
Powerful spray.
Baby.
Powerful spray in an unfortunate area.
Yeah.
Or you take a big wave and just crash down.
Yeah.
There was an incident.
No, I'm kidding. There was no incident.
There was.
It was a joke.
There's always an incident.
All right, for some extra Timberwolves noise here this morning, we'll talk about the Wolves game in just a minute. Dana, am I correct? He's ready to go?
He's all good.
Yep. Dana's out on the Washington Avenue Bridge over 35W.
No.
Okay? We love the Washington Avenue Bridge over 35W. We like to utilize it from, as Josh would say, from time to time. Dana's out there right now. He's holding a sign. I can't hear anything. Is this thing working?
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yep.
Dana's holding a sign right now. And here's how folks driving by can get involved. His sign says, honk once if you think the Wolves will win tonight. Honk twice if you think the Wolves will lose. Or honk 3 times if you think Dana is a douchebag.
How in the world can people
read all that?
sign?
We shortened it up. It's much shorter, but that's the gist of it.
We have an edited version. We've done this before, Randy and Brad. Don't wet your pants.
I remember.
So we're going to be checking in with Dana to see, and we'll keep a tally on how many 1 honks we get for a Wolves win, 2 for a loss, 3 if they simply think that Dana is a douchebag.
Why is your phone so quiet? Usually you can hear the traffic in the background.
I don't know. Maybe cell phone. Do you want me to put you on speakerphone? You probably really hear it then.
So, wait a minute. Are you being honked at right now, but we can't hear it?
I haven't gotten any honks yet. No, it's very rainy out right now. And
are you getting rained on?
Oh, big time, yeah.
Well, it's going to be pouring.
Yeah, there's a huge thunderstorm.
Why are you sending the poor guy out in the
even better.
rain?
Oh,
with
that
the
makes
sign?
No, I have had worse. I have had worse.
My God, it's F-off day and the poor guy's getting drenched on.
Nick texted me 2 days ago, and he said, hey, you want to come in studio? Now I know why you wanted me to come in studio.
No.
You wanted to send me out there.
No, we did not.
Yes, you did.
We don't have any windows in this friggin' building. I don't know if it's raining or not. Is it friggin' pouring right now?
Yeah. It's pouring.
That's hilarious.
Wait a minute. Lightning and thunder.
So it's raining. He's on the U of M campus. What song's playing right now, Dana? I bet you'll tell us. Does that bring back painful memories, Brad?
No.
Brad, we were not asking you to come in to put you on the friggin' bridge.
No, we were trying to make a dad fights workout, and that was going to be part of it.
Randy Shaver has given Brad Ryder PTSD. He always thinks that he's under attack, in some way, shape, or form.
People are texting in from different parts of the Twin Cities that can't make it out to the Washington Avenue Bridge there over 35W.
We hear nothing in the background.
Oh, there you go. Heard a couple there. How many times was that?
It's hard. It's usually one long one as they go underneath the bridge.
Well, that's a one. Then.
Yeah,
that's a
one.
Wolves win.
Are you getting? I mean, is it really pouring on your head right now?
I was able to find a 93X poncho before I left.
But it's coming down.
It's coming down pretty good, yeah.
Oh, my God.
And you're wearing a white T-shirt. Gross.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And
I'm wearing just a white tank top. That's it.
Wapple, why do you say you've had it worse when it comes to doing this bit?
Oh, I remember a time I was out at the Whole Foods in Maple Grove with a fella named Randy Shaver, and we were doing it for a food fight. And I had to take off layers of clothes every poundage of food that was given.
Oh, I don't recall that.
And I think it was like 5 degrees outside.
You have to, or you just decided
was brutal.
to?
Did you get down to your skivvies?
I got down to a swimsuit, and then on my chest we wrote honk.
Oh, my God.
Boy, we used to be funny.
Well, Dana.
Oh, my God, Dana.
There he is.
Jesus.
And this is the first time ever that we've sent anyone out onto the bridge and elicited zero reaction whatsoever.
Well, he said there's been a couple. I think finally somebody has a good cell phone. I don't understand what's going on here. We used to be able to hear everything.
Yeah. I think maybe people are probably focusing on the roads more than the douchebag holding the sign right now.
So, I mean, is it pouring hard enough to where maybe they can't even see you?
Yeah, wipers are going about as fast as they can.
Oh, my gosh. This is awesome.
That makes it so much more fun.
We got to get windows in here.
I got news for you. If it's raining that hard there, it's raining that hard out here, and that's 2 hours west. You're going to get that for the next 2 to 3 hours, Dana, if you're standing out there.
Oh, good.
So we got meet and greet with Dana going on from 9 to 10 today after the show.
Wait a minute. We got a guy out in our parking lot, too, right now. Is he going to be okay?
He is all covered up. There's tents and all that.
Yep.
He's good.
Eichton's Bison came here. They got the Eichton Bison tents up. So they're safe.
We were going to have people bring your ass to the station and pick up some free food from Eichton's Bison. And okay, so they're still doing it.
Yeah, and they should be getting the food out right now. So if you come down to the station, we can give you some barbecue from Eichton's Bison.
Tell you what, drive right by Dana and come on over to the radio station and get a bite to eat. From Nick is the fella's name from Eichton Bison, who was nice enough to volunteer, come out and cook up some burgers, like Josh said. Bring your ass.
I can't believe you still did that. That's awesome.
Have something to eat. Have something to eat on us and on Nick from Eichton Bison.
And you won't get wet. There's plenty of cover.
Yeah, and just pull in our front parking lot, and you can grab and go.
If you're in the neighborhood, stop on by.
Do we have our address up on 93x.com?
Yes, we do.
We do. All right.
Perfect. I think I heard a semi. Yeah, Dana, not only are you getting soaked to the bone right now for very little payoff, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, your cell phone doesn't pick up dick.
Yeah, I could hear a couple, but it's not very good.
There probably isn't a lot of traffic today, I'm guessing. It's a Friday morning before Memorial Day weekend.
Well, like he said, they probably can't even see him.
Yeah, it's raining out.
Which makes this my favorite bit ever.
Well, it's nice. People are honking in from all over the place. A lot of different area codes. We've got a lot of people in Wisconsin that are honking.
What are we getting? One honk for a win?
3. They're all 3 honks.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Dana.
Hey, the sign says 1 for a Wolves win, 2 for a Wolves loss, 3 if Dana's a douchebag. The 3 honks could mean they think the Wolves are going to win the next 3 games.
Okay, that's one way to look at it. Like a douchebag would say that.
I'll be damned. All right.
How's your new hair holding up? Somebody wants to know. My God. Can it get wet? Can your new fake hair get wet?
I've got the hood for my poncho up.
How's your new fake hair holding up? That's hilarious. I didn't know that we had a tsunami coming our way. I had no idea. So
that's all right. It makes it fun.
It does?
Wow.
Well, if that would have been Ross out there, it'd be nothing but complaining. So, man, I love the attitude.
He wouldn't have went out there. That's true.
I love the attitude.
Randy Shaver mentioned the name that we promised we'd never mention. He did.
You don't want that name.
It's like Voldemort.
I miss him. I know you don't.
Oh, something else we got going on now. Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder should be aware of this, and folks who are just coming too. Our guy, there we go.
That's a nice one.
That was, I think that was 3. Dana's a douchebag. Wapple, our guy Wapple, brand new Timberwolves fan. There's lots of them, isn't there, Randy and Brad? Lots of brand new Timberwolves fans. Wapple's one of them. And to show his support, Wapple put on my Kevin Garnett Timberwolves jersey this morning. He took a picture. We put it up on all of our social media avenues. You got the regular website, you got the Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can find the picture of Wapple in my Kevin Garnett basketball jersey. And what we're asking folks to do, that was a 3. It's a 3.
Yeah.
What we're asking folks to do is roast him. When they find the picture, dunk on Wapple is how we're putting it. Roast Wapple as best you can. Give us your nastiest assessment of his appearance. Brad Ryder and Randy Shaver, have you seen this gimmick online before?
Not this one in particular, no.
Well, the roast me gimmick?
Oh, yeah.
Like Wendy, we talked about this earlier. Wendy's is famous for it. People send in something.
Not sure I have.
Oh, you should check out the Wendy's account when they do it. They're brutal. They really go for it. There's plenty of people on YouTube that do this. Like some people they do a charity thing, right? You just pay a little money and they'll roast you.
Young people love this. They put a picture of themselves on the internet and then let complete strangers just tear them to pieces in criticizing their appearance. So that's what we're looking for. Dunk on Wapple. You can text us your response. You can do it on Facebook and Instagram and all that.
And we can get pictures, by the way, if you want to Photoshop something, which a few people have done, so we can get pictures now.
See, I didn't know that was possible. By the way, some of the highlights this morning, people have been referring to Wapple as Larry Turd, Kevin Jernett. I like that one.
The Geek Freak, that one came in.
Naz Weed, the Lil Ticket. And a lot of folks saying, Wapple looks like this and looks like that. Unfortunately, I threw away my past examples, and they were very funny because I'm a stupid idiot and it's F-off day. But Josh mentioned the Photoshop tricks. I didn't know that was a possibility. Wapple is holding in his hand a tiny little basketball. We were hoping you could find a real one in the building. You couldn't. You found a tiny little. Someone Photoshopped a massive dildo into your hand. Okay. You're also holding a sign in the picture that says, "Dunk on me," right?
Yep.
They photoshopped the picture to say, again, you have a massive dildo in your hand. They photoshopped the picture, the sign to now read, "Bring your ass."
That's awesome.
What are you going to do? Up at the crack of dawn, Jesus said, Wapple looks like he should be on a poster for what happens when cousins have kids.
Man. See, I'm a stupid idiot. We had so many great ones, and I threw them in the garbage can. We could be repeating some of these great ones, and I lost them all.
More anxiety than hair, Jesus said. There's an entire roast me subreddit. We'll have to check out some of those. I don't understand the question, but the answer is yes to angry bus driver Jesus, who says, "Do you like Wendy's?" I do. Get back to me and explain why. Why you asked that
I like
question.
Wendy's too.
Me too, a lot.
So roast, dunk on Wapple.
He looks like his family tree is a wreath.
Big game tonight, 7:30 on TNT, live from Target Center. Wolves Mavericks, Game 2. There's a big keg party on the street before the game. The head coach, Chris Finch, made it pretty clear how disappointed he was in the fellas' efforts in Game 1.
Yeah.
It was a rough film session, they say. He tore the boys a new one in how they operated in Game 1. Brad Ryder, we didn't get a chance to talk to you. What would you like different tonight for Game 2?
I would like to see them not play that drop defense as much.
Oh, and God, that was ineffective.
And so I hope, I know a little bit about Coach Finch. I would guess that he would take a little bit of that responsibility and maybe change the defensive scheme a little bit too, and maybe not play that drop a little bit less, I should say. Mm-hmm. They got too many dunks, too much penetration, and too many dunks. That Derek Lively guy, I think, had 4 dunks and coming off the bench, just stuff where they would let him walk into the lane and dish off. They just can't allow that.
They fell for that over and over and over.
Yeah, if they can clean that up and pick up on defense a little bit higher up, I don't like the we were tired thing. Dallas had a long series too. They had 2 days off before Game 1. Yeah, maybe they are a little tired, but they had a lead late. They had a lead with 3 minutes to go. So I just think Dallas executed a little bit better down the stretch, and I think the Wolves will win big tonight. I think they'll come back and win big.
It's funny to say out loud that we'd like to see more intensity more of an attack mentality out of the Wolves defense. Usually you don't have to ask those guys to be aggressive.
Right.
But I would agree with what you said. Holy buckets. Did that just run you smooth over, Dana, or what?
That was a garbage truck. He's got a pretty loud horn on that bad boy.
He thinks the Wolves are going to win tonight. Yeah, a little more aggression on defense. Attack Doncic a little more.
Yep.
And look out for those guys cutting to the basket when someone drives the lane, because it was working over and over again for the Mavericks.
Yep.
What about you, Randy Shaver?
Well, I'm looking more at the Timberwolves' offensive side. I just think they need to find a way to get Ant and Cap more involved offensively tonight. Mm-hmm. Jaden McDaniel cannot be your leading scorer. No offense. Nope. I said this the other night. He cannot be your leading scorer if you think you're going to win the Western Conference Finals. Yes, he's a great complimentary player. He's doing a great job. He was fabulous the other night. But that can't be the way you win this game. Ant and Cat have got to take over that game, just like Doncic and Irving did for Dallas. And if those two guys don't show up tonight, they'll struggle again against a very good Dallas team. I agree with Brad. I think the Wolves win tonight. But Dallas got what they wanted. They got a split. And they still will have home court advantage regardless of what happens tonight. And so this series, obviously, this is a must-win tonight for the Timberwolves. If they don't win tonight, they could come back swept 0-4. It's possible. So everything's on the line tonight for the Wolves, and I agree with Brad. I think they'll come back and play a great game tonight.
One of the things that Chris Finch said to the boys in their film session was, it's been a long time since I've been this disappointed in your effort. Wow. Your performance, your attitude, your attention to detail just wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I think that hits hard with these guys. I think they do look up to Finchy. You know, a lot of pros would brush it off, but I think they do look up to Finchy. And he also criticized their composure. They've got to be better in clutch moments. They were sloppy at the end of the first half, and as you remember, in the final 3 minutes of the second half, they only had one basket.
He's absolutely right, and that's why it makes me cringe a little bit when I hear the players say afterwards that they were tired, because I'm sure that makes Finch cringe a little bit too. And the reality is that the effort wasn't there. Like we're used to seeing, not they were necessarily tired.
That's also the beauty of a young basketball team, that they will respond to him, and they have all season long. A more veteran team, a team that's got. And I use LeBron as an example, but a LeBron-like guy, somebody, guys with that much experience, sometimes they don't, as Nick said, they don't listen to their coach as much. I think these guys do, and I think there's a great relationship between the players and the coach, and I think that makes a difference for this team. So,
how's that weather out there, Dana?
Pretty miserable.
Yeah. Still raining?
Yeah, it's still coming down.
Man.
What a friggin' what luck,
Like on the F-off day, you send him out there in a monsoon.
Right.
That's brutal.
It's a field trip.
That is.
If you're just tuning in, we decided to send Dana out to the Washington Avenue Bridge over 35W with a simple sign that says, honk once if you think the Wolves will win, twice if you think they'll lose, and 3 times if you think Dana's a douchebag. Right when he steps out there, it starts raining cats and dogs, and no one can even see him on the friggin' sidewalk.
Eichton
drowning
Bison,
out there. Yes?
Eichton Bison's that's here making us burgers in the parking lot. It is already, breakfast is served, and it smells delicious. So
well, swing on by if you're in the neighborhood.
Yep, our address is on 93x.com, and it's also on our Twitter account.
Now, Timberwolves fans, I mentioned, it's suddenly crowded in that club. Timberwolves fans coming out of the woodwork. Someone, I believe, it's a sports website called Sports. Was that 3? That was 3.
That was 3.
Yeah.
3 from a big old truck.
Sports website, I believe, called Sports Geek. Sports Geek. They went ahead and named Wolves fans the happiest fan base in the NBA. The happiest fan base in the NBA, except for Glenn Taylor, they said.
Not a fan.
Well, what they wrote here is interesting to me. The author says they were looking through photos and, pictures of the team this year celebrating this win and that win, and they noticed that Glenn Taylor, the majority owner of the Wolves, doesn't seem to be very invested in the game. He doesn't seem to be happy, smiling. I don't know. I see the guy smiling a lot.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, if they're just making a cheap joke about, the ownership battle, I get it. But they directly reference that the guy doesn't look happy on the front lines there in the front row. I think the guy looks. Anyway, the Sports Geek analyzed fan reactions throughout the playoffs on social media. And since the playoffs began, the Wolves have had the highest amount of positive tweets in the NBA. Well, that makes sense. We're pretty
sure it does.
Well, sure, yeah.
This hasn't happened in 20 years.
Haven't been there very often.
No.
So we're not used to it.
Apparently, the second happiest fan base is the Dallas Mavericks. So we got some happy sumbitches going back and forth here in this Western Conference final. This next
It's kind of a weird story. I mean, obviously, the teams who are still playing are going to have the happiest fan base.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, no one said this is, front page news, Brad Ryder. This is,
Yeah, I don't see the Detroit Pistons as having the happy.
No.
No.
Oh, that was 4.
Yeah, what the hell? What?
They can't follow the
That
rules.
means that means Dana needs to. They want Dana to jump.
Well, Dana?
Don't
Your money where your mouth is.
Yep, don't disappoint.
People are roasting Wapple. They're dunking on Wapple. Mr. Mechanic Jesus said Wapple looks like the kind of guy who, as a grown-ass man, would tell you his girlfriend has no gag reflex when you simply asked how the two of them were doing, because he actually thinks that would impress somebody.
One of my favorite Wapple stories ever.
Underwhelmingly optimistic, Jesus said, how about Kevin McFrail?
Oh, that's great.
And Diesel Jesus thinks your beard, Wapple, looks like it came from a My First Puberty kit.
Dunk on Wapple. Help us out.
It's like the Shaggy Harry or whatever it was, where you could draw the hair wherever. It's kind of looking like that.
I'm not sure what the hell you're talking about.
My beard.
Now this here next story really grabbed me. I had no idea, and this is really interesting to me. Anthony Edwards has a half-brother by the name of Rajah Caruth, and he is an up-and-coming star in NASCAR.
Oh, interesting.
Anthony Edwards shares the same father as this Rajah Caruth. Rajah is 21 years old, and he's driving in the NASCAR Truck Series.
Oh, interesting.
I'm never afraid to turn on the Truck Series once in a while on Saturday night. Is it Friday or Saturday night? Wapple might know the answer to this, but he's on the telephone.
Yeah, Vegas.
What the hell was that?
Something about Vegas?
Some guy just honked and sucked his thumb out at me.
I'm trying to tell a story here, Dana.
I know, I'm sorry. I
got excited. I watched the Craftsman, and I don't know if it's Craftsman anymore, whoever the sponsor is, the Truck Series. So this Rajah Caruth, Rajah, whatever it is, he's in his second full-time season. He won a race earlier this season. He races for Spire Motorsports, sponsorship from Rick Hendrick.
That's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick Hendrick's
That's
big.
huge.
I gotta tune in and see this kid. Caruth learned how to race using, and you're seeing more and more of this, he learned how to race using an iRacing simulator.
Oh,
And
that's been the new thing.
Yes, he is a mentee, mentor, mentee. He is a mentee of Bubba Wallace.
Okay, yep.
Now, I guess, from according to the story, Caruth and Edwards don't really talk about their relationship. Maybe they're not close at all. Roger Caruth, their father, was not a part of Anthony Edwards' life, so maybe there's some hard feelings there, or whatever. It's family stuff. It's none of our business.
Sure.
But that's a really interesting connection.
Yeah.
And I got to check that out.
Well, he's got a brother who performed at the halftime show for one of the Wolves games. Be Different. He's a rapper.
Oh,
they were talking about
I
him
forgot
as well.
about him. He performed at a game this year.
Yeah, one of the home games in the playoffs. I forget which one.
Be Different.
Be Different.
All right.
Sounds like Ashley's outside with somebody brought their ass to the station to get some free Eichton's bison.
Ashley, you're outside with a live human being?
Yeah, I am.
Well, who the hell is it?
I've got 2 listeners here.
Do they have names?
Where are you guys from?
Oakdale.
Oakdale. What are your guys' names?
Ricky and Ricardo.
Ricky and Ricardo are out here. They came by and grabbed some burgers. And they're
Wait a minute. Ricky and Ricardo?
Is that for real?
Ricky and Ricardo.
Do they know what that means? Do they understand the joke there?
Do they
I'm not-
understand the joke?
I'm not sure Ashley does.
No, Ashley doesn't
Yeah, she
either.
wouldn't know who Ricky Ricardo is.
Well, call us back if someone named Lucille and someone named Ball also appear.
They said they get it all the time. It wasn't even intended to be a joke.
Okay, it's Ricky and Ricardo.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
That's perfect. Well, tell them thanks.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, they came from Oakdale in the pouring rain. That says something about Oakdale.
They just wanted free food.
I think they said Oakdale, but I don't think that's where they came from. So it looks like they're supposed to be at work right now.
Oh, don't
Well,
bust them.
No.
Oh, my God.
Everybody knows Ricky and Ricardo. You're going to get them in trouble. Well, thank them for studying. And thanks, Nick, there from Eichton Bison. We'll be seeing him later. Dana will be sitting in a lawn chair just looking like a sad-ass old wet dog. Eating a friggin' burger, just depressed as all hell.
Rain dripping in his bun.
Question every decision I made in my life.
Contemplating life decisions.
The one time we send him out on the bridge is just pissing like a sumbitch out there.
Spending half of his week off in bed with pneumonia.
Here's somebody else.
Did I do that? I just got a honk.
Oh, did somebody honk on the way by?
How many was it?
It was a 2.
4 of them again. Again, what did Randy say? That means they want Dana to jump.
Somebody else dunking on Wapple here. Wapple looks like the kid your mom makes you hang out with as a kid, only because she's friends with his mom.
That's awesome. 1 honk if you think the Wolves will win. 2 if you think they'll lose. 3 if you think Dana's a douchebag. Swing by the Washington Avenue Bridge over 35W. NBA Eastern Conference Finals. Boston whooped Indiana. Damn shame the Pacers couldn't have gotten that first game.
Yeah. Halliburton's injury is going to dampen this series for Indiana. If he can't come back and play Game 3 or is not, and it doesn't sound like he's going to be 100%, I think that Boston could run the table on this thing. It's very possible.
Yeah, of course. They're very good.
Yeah, they are.
Cleveland Cavaliers fired J.B. Bickerstaff because he was obviously the problem.
Oh, man.
Brad. You knew.
Yeah, I know. I said a few weeks ago, if this happens, LeBron's going to end up there. LeBron's going to end up in Cleveland.
Okay. I'll go along with that.
He's going to be behind the scenes. He's going to help handpick the coach. That's just my prediction.
All right, I'll go along with that. Yeah, but J.B. Bickerstaff was obviously the biggest problem as to why the Cleveland.
Right. Yeah.
I get so tired.
Just like the guy in Milwaukee was the problem when the Bucks had the #1 record in the NBA.
Yeah,
and they fired him halfway through the season.
How did that turn out?
Yep.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that's good. It took 1 overtime session and then some to decide Game 1 of the NHL's Western Conference Final. Ed Mental took out Dallas 3-2. Our ladies pro hockey club, they play Game 3 of their final series tonight in St. Paul at the X, 6 o'clock. Yeah. Series tied at 1 win apiece, I think. Is it 1 win apiece?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm. Jesus balls. You got the ladies playing in St. Paul. You got the Twins tonight at, what do you call it?
Twins are early tonight, too.
An hour, and then the Wolves. It's going to be crazy. I don't know if you guys want to get into this crap. Because it just gives me a headache. Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder, you want to tell me about this new agreement to pay college athletes where the NCAA or the school itself will pay college athletes?
Yeah, I think it's a reimbursement, though, to athletes who filed a lawsuit because they weren't able to be paid. So I think it's retroactive to 2016, and it's only certain teams and conferences.
Oh.
I don't think it's everybody.
Oh, okay.
That's my understanding. It's a federal lawsuit that was filed that they're awarding damages through this lawsuit.
So it's not paying future athletes?
I don't. It may result in that, but I don't think originally that's what it was for.
You've been drinking beer up at the cabin and not paying attention, Brad Ryder, or do you know what the hell's going on here?
I only read the first part of it, and that's what I read too, but I think it may result in maybe the doors opening for future payments.
Yeah, here's what it says in front of me. Schools will be allowed to share $20 million annually with their athletes beginning in 20+25.
Like I said, I think it's leading towards that.
Okay.
I think originally this whole thing was a lawsuit that is backdating athletes from 2016 forward to get some sort of reimbursement payment.
Name, image, and likeness deals might soon be a thing of the past.
Yes, that could be that very well could happen.
So some kind of profit sharing amongst the 5 power conferences. I don't like that.
Of which the Gophers are a part.
Yes, I don't like that name, image. I never liked that bit.
Well, that's a little bit more of the Wild West.
Yeah.
With this process, and Brad, correct me if I'm wrong, but with this process, it's a little bit more. The NCAA can put some ties on it, can cap it, can put some restrictions on it, because right now it's completely out of control. And we see that in the transfer portal with guys just jumping from team to team to make money. It's crazy right now. So.
Yeah, if they're going to try to make this right, or after the cattle's out of the barn, so to speak, they're going to have some sort of a cap, some sort of a quote salary cap on some of this, or it's going to get out of control in a hurry. To your point, it already has.
All right, how about this? You want to tackle this? I read a headline a couple of days ago. Should high school athletes get paid?
No.
What?
No.
Apparently, a group in Florida is going to vote on this next month.
No.
The first reason I say no is the reason college athletes are getting paid is because there is big money in college athletics.
Right.
I mean, I don't see that. I mean, maybe in certain states and certain sports, but I don't think there's that kind of money in high school sports yet. That would constitute that.
That would absolutely bankrupt schools. I mean, it's ludicrous.
Yeah, schools are struggling as it is.
Yeah, it's just not something.
We're asking you to dunk on Wapple. There's his picture up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and 93x.com. He's wearing a Kevin Garnett Timberwolves jersey. He's a brand new fan. We're asking you to take a look at him and roast his ass. Dunk on Wapple. Oh, my goodness. Inappropriate HR Jesus, I guess. Inappropriate HR Jesus. Wapple looks like a kid at a custody hearing that neither parent wants.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
HVAC delivery Jesus Wapple. He thinks you look like if the Friend Zone group had a mascot, it would be you.
That one hurts because it's true.
Man. Were you friend zoned a lot, Wapple?
Oh, so many times.
Oh, my God.
Right there with you, buddy.
Oh, man.
Colton said if there was a premium to be made on bad ideas, I'd want drilling rights to Wapple's head.
And I love the play on NBA players' names. Kevin Garnett, Larry Turd, Naz Weed. Did I miss any, Josh?
I did just send you one. They said Faded McDaniels.
Faded.
Did you say Kevin McFrail?
Kevin McFrail.
That's great.
I got a new one. Carl Alone.
Oh, that's good.
In all the excitement of drowning Dana and roasting Wapple, and the folks from Eichton's Bison stopping by, I forgot to recognize the audio that Josh had in our intro. We haven't really talked about that terrible tornado down there in Iowa.
Yes.
Awful.
Just destroyed Greenfield.
Son of a bitch.
Are you familiar with Greenfield?
I know where it is, yeah. Yep.
I know a guy from Greenfield, Minnesota, and he's shady as all hell. But anyway, horrible tornado came stomping through Iowa the other day. And what Josh played the audio of earlier, so many folks. 4 people died, and so many folks lost everything they friggin' owned. And there was a young kid, I think he's a high school kid, he's a big golfer. Television news cameras were stuck in his face after his house just got decked completely off its hinges. And they put cameras in his face. The kid, had a thing or two to say. And one of the things he said was that he's a big golfer and he lost his $3,000, I think, golf clubs. And he, shows a little levity in the situation. The kid says, hey, so if anyone's watching from Callaway or TaylorMade or this or that, the update on the story is that Callaway were the first to step up, and they promised to send him some new clubs as soon as they're able.
Lost a lot, including my golf clubs. I had like $3,000 into that. I'd like to shout out TaylorMade and Titleist and Callaway. I really need new sets, or a new set. I lost it, and I just love golf.
That's a fun story connected to a horrible situation.
Yeah, that's incredible that they did that. But I want to know what clubs he had in his bag already, because a $3,000 bag? That's crazy.
Well, it's the clubs. I mean, obviously, if he's a high school golfer, he's probably invested over time into some really good clubs, if he's serious about the game. So.
Oh, that's a nice deal. Hey, you have to have listened to all of today's show to understand this Wapple roast or this dunk on Wapple. Wapple looks like the kind of guy that would be creeping around a Houston, Texas dollar store.
Oh, that is gross.
Oh, man.
Dude, there are some that I wish I could read.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a couple here. You almost wonder if it's worth the unpaid vacation. They're so good.
They're so good. I knew our listeners would be excellent at this.
Well, on social media, you can see some of those. We see they're coming from social media.
Not John Wall. Most NBA fans know John Wall, right, Randy Shaver?
Yes,
Brand?
sir. Yep.
But John Wall. Because sometimes you start a sentence, Wapple, and Ashley does it too. She says, whoa, I was,
Well, what I was trying to say.
All right, it's not WrestleMania, but Minneapolis has landed a WWE pay-per-view. It's the SummerSlam pay-per-view, and it's coming to town in 2 years.
Funny how they do that. Remember when we announced Metallica?
Yes.
Excited. Metallica's coming back to Minneapolis in 2 years.
It's finally almost here.
That's how long it takes to save
It's
up
like
tickets
tickets
nowadays.
to the third place game.
Yes, for God's sake. Hey,
All that
big
excitement.
WrestleMania, what did I say? SummerSlam's
SummerSlam.
coming in 2. Some of us will be dead by then.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Dana might be one of them. With what it's
Patrick Ewing. That's Wapple. Patrick Ewing. Twins and Texas Rangers play the first of a 3-game series tonight at Target Field. 6 o'clock start. 6 o'clock start.
That area is going to be buzzing tonight.
Hey, I can watch them tonight. I'm at the cabin. I don't have Comcast out here.
There you go.
That's a treat.
Brad Ryder.
I just realized that.
Viewing party at Brad Ryder's cabin.
Yeah.
We could just get buck wild up there. No one can hear you scream up there, I bet, huh, Brad?
That's why.
No.
Oh, boy.
That's a Wolves win.
Hey, Dana.
Oh, he dropped off.
Hey, Dana.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, was there another 4 honks,
Was there
Randy?
a 4 honk?
Yeah, it must have.
Call him. Let's talk to Dana again real quick. He hates himself. He wonders what he did.
He could have said no.
Yeah, he wonders what he did.
Yeah, he didn't put up any kind of fight.
Nope.
Poop Richardson. That's weak. I got to admit, that's weak.
Yeah.
The delivery was good.
Take that back. All right. Did you hear the news? We'll try to get Dana back on the horn. Did you hear the news? Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder. We know when our summer booze cruise, our first summer booze cruise, is going to be.
Yes.
And you know what just hit me, Josh? It's the same day as Randy's last day at work.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, somebody texted that in and said maybe he shows up.
You probably
Maybe
already.
he won't. Maybe he won't.
Oh, I forgot. You work at night.
Well, that night I'm done at 6:30.
Everybody in the place hit the open deck, but stay on your mother.
Oh, yeah? Done at 6:30, not doing the 10 o'clock show?
No, sir.
Yeah, you got things going on. Christ, you guys will be crying and hugging on each other like a bunch of drunks at that final,
Yeah,
won't you?
I bet. Be hard not to.
I'll be, well, wait a minute. I'll have to record that. Can you guys show me how to record a program?
Yeah, we could do that.
Because we will be in Stillwater by 6:30 on
What time?
June
What time is the cruise?
7 to 10.
7 to 10.
Oh, it's at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous thing. Holy buckets.
Well, actually, it was
I don't
worse.
know, boat at night.
Randy will be so excited he's done that he'll go swim out to the middle of the river and catch the boat.
It was worse in the morning, actually,
Really?
surprisingly.
Oh, yeah, we've been doing it at night for years because in the morning
Well,
it was.
the last time I did it, it wasn't at night.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
It's been 6 to 9 forever. They just moved
Was it 6 to 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. June 28th. We just announced this. June 28th, our 93X Half-Fast Morning Show Independence Day Booze Cruise. They didn't include Independence Day in here. I mean, that's what we're celebrating out there. Hanging out in Stillwater. Thanks to Stillwater Riverboats, Warner's Dock. There you go, Brad Ryder. Suck on that. Warner's Dock.
Yeah.
Maplewood Auto Mall. Thank you to our sponsors. And right now, on the Luther Bloomington Kia text line, text BOAT to 651-989-9393 for a shot to win a 4-pack of tickets to our Independence Day Booze Cruise on Stillwater River boats. So, yeah, it's the same day as your final, Randy.
Yep.
You'll be drinking and carrying on with your coworkers. But if those plans fall through, we could squeeze you in.
Those plans, trust me, will not be falling through.
If your coworkers do not want to celebrate with you, if something happens between now and then, we'd be happy to have you. And Brad Ryder, of course, too. Is Dana there?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm trying to get him to say.
Yeah, you say, Dana?
Hi.
Hi.
What are you doing?
We lost you.
Yeah, I dropped. My phone's getting pretty wet out here. I'm just trying to keep it dry this one.
You dropped your phone.
I thought it was water.
It's just getting wet.
And you've been out there in the rain, and we got to be honest with you. We never really cared if you got any honks.
Just right him out of the studio.
You saw the weather forecast.
I watched Belinda Jensen last night. She said it's going to rain like a son of a bitch, and Josh and I said, let's put this bastard out on the street somewhere.
Oh, man.
The more severe the weather, the better. Come on, lightning.
Wring your hairy ass out and bring it back to the radio station.
Sounds good. See you boys in a bit.
See you later.
Girl.
See you later. Poor bastard.
You don't feel bad for him.
I feel terrible, Randy.
No, you don't.
You know how sympathetic I am?
No, you don't.
All right.
Another dunk on Wapple. How about Tragic Johnson?
Oh! I love this bit. I do. All right, well, there you go. Randy and Brad, you guys have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. We're off next week.
I think the next time I talk to you will be my golf event that morning.
Yep.
Yes, it will.
Or I'll see you. I may see you guys the night before, but as far as the radio goes, that morning. So,
right. Brad, be careful up at the cabin. I know you and the wife like to get pretty crazy up there.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, we'll be careful.
The old stabbing cabin, they call it.
We'll put some clothes on riding the jet skis.
Smart.
All right, you guys. Thank you very much.
You bet.
All right.
And we'll be back here in a few minutes on the program.
Half-assed morning show.
They're loud, they lose control, they do their little circus act, they're a nuisance.
93X.
Our technicians are geared up and ready to make sure your system is running reliably this summer. Regular maintenance from Standard Heating helps prevent costlier breakdowns in the future, and we know they always happen at the worst times.
Summer's coming, but don't sweat it. Stay cool with Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Beat the heat now and ensure comfort all summer long. Their expert technicians are ready to ensure your AC is in top shape. Call and schedule a tune-up today at 612-824-2656 or online at standardheating.com.
How wrestling really works and how you get the ratings. Eric Bischoff and Conrad Thompson explain on 83 Weeks.
This is indeed the first WrestleMania without Vince McMahon.
I mean, it's about as horrible as it can get, but does erasing that history make it any better?
Everybody's being careful not to celebrate Vince McMahon. I think you can acknowledge him without celebrating him. I think that's the double-edged sword that everybody's sort of carrying for now.
83 Weeks on YouTube or wherever you listen.
The only really way to start to get rid of them is to vacuum them up, sweep them up, put them in a large garbage can, and then just kind of throw them away.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
You got to turn the microphone on. I forgot that part. Or we're cruising towards the end here. I'm starting to lose my focus, Josh.
Well, it's not easy.
Forgot to turn on the... welcome back to the Half-Assed Morning Show. We're roasting Wapple this morning. Our listeners are dunking on Wapple. We should do this more often. This has been a hell of a lot of fun. We all should get roasted. Here's how it all started. Wapple's one of these folks who's jumped on the Wolves party bus. He never watched a basketball game all friggin' year long, but now he's just pumped for the Wolves in the Western. So he wanted to put on my Wolves jersey, my Kevin Garnett jersey. I said, sure. Josh had the idea, let's put him in the jersey, put him up on social media, and have folks dunk on him, roast him, send their nastiest comments their way. His way, I should say. Send their nastiest comments his way.
And you're a good sport for doing so, Wapple.
Oh, I think they need better roasts coming my way. They haven't been good enough.
You're challenging folks.
That was well said.
Get some more.
Social.
He's just giving them more material. That's all that is.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and 93x.com. You can text us your dunk, your roast. We continue on with this. Pathetic Beverly.
I like that one.
Wedgie. Did you hear me? Wedgie Miller.
Good as well.
You ever get a wedgie when you were a kid, Wapple?
I actually never did.
LeBong James.
Excellent.
LeBong. Here are some others that came my way. Oh, of course, Anthony Edwards. Some people call him the Ant-Man. Wapple looks more like the Cant-Man. Wapple and his beard looks like something I'd pull out of my belly button after a good workout in a cotton T-shirt. Wapple looks like the guy the 13 joke is based on. If you know that one. If, in fact, you know that one. Oh, we want to say thanks again to Nick from Eichton's Bison. They're out front. They're out front the radio station. If you want to swing by and get something or another to eat, we're having a little, pre-game Wolves tailgate party.
Bring yes.
Bring yes.
Have more folks showed up, Ashley?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, even when I popped out there was a line of like 4 people waiting.
Oh, is there really?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So cool.
Yeah, thanks for those that were able to bring yo ass here.
That is a lot of fun.
You enjoyed some bison.
Better have something or another left for me because I get pretty hungry once the program is over.
Yeah, my wife texted and asked if I'd bring some home. No, show up. You got to be here for something like that. You can't just ask someone to bring it home.
Bring your ass.
She's a big eater.
Oh, huge.
Oh yeah, she and bison's like her favorite food.
She is a big eater. All right, it's kind of funny that Wapple has been the focal point of a lot of our conversations this morning. On the same day that this news cut loose, there's a dating show for virgins. Funny that it's kind of Wapple Day today, and that news shows up. There is a dating show for virgins. I would have thought that would have happened already, but I guess not.
Yeah, it sounds like certainly an idea that's been out there before, but I guess not.
All those friggin'
You just said that.
Yeah.
All I did was say it a different way.
And that's okay. Because of your charm and the heart behind each and every one of your statements, I didn't notice a damn thing.
But see, you said it, and I essentially said the same thing as if it were new information.
Yes.
That's what I did.
You did. All the wacky dating shows, all the wacky reality shows, I guess nobody put together a show for virgins unless we all just completely missed it. Oh, God, you've got shows, the pregnant teens. The list is endless. But there is a dating show for virgins, a whole new batch of contestants who've never been touched, tapped, however you want to say it. Hulu is putting this program on. Well, where the hell was this, Wapple, 7 or 8 years ago when you were still hauling around a V card in your pocket?
Yeah, I could have used this.
Would you have applied?
Oh, definitely.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been cool.
You get a vacation out of it, too.
You get a vacation?
Well, you get to go to this island.
Oh, right. I missed that part. Yeah.
The Virgin Island, you missed the island part?
I missed the title of the show until right when you said it. Yeah, the show is called... I was ready to say that I don't know the name of the show, but here it is.
There.
The show is going to be called Virgin Island. That's very clever. And I guess it's exactly what it sounds like. So you really would have signed up for this? You would have sent in a, what do they call it, like an audition tape?
Yeah, why not?
Do you know anyone that fits the bill of a virgin?
Jesus, I do.
So
Really?
it's of an age, well, of course, somebody who's an adult. That would be perfect for this?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't take...
but they could qualify.
They would qualify because of their status, but maybe they'd be too old for the show. They wouldn't want to see an old person on the show. They probably would be turned down. Because I'm going to take a guess here. I don't watch a lot of these programs. My friggin' wife, does she like to watch these types of programs, specifically the dating ones, right? They try to find the best-looking people on planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So I think even though it's a virgin program, I bet they're still going to try to drag some heat into the mix, wouldn't you say?
That would probably limit them some, but there's plenty of virgins out there by choice. So
right.
They'll find some of those.
Right.
So are Are the people that they're getting matched up with also virgins?
It sure sounds that way.
Okay. Everybody's a virgin.
They're not going to let some woodsman walk onto virgin.
That's what I was wondering, if it was like 8 virgin guys and then they have 8 gorgeous women, and then they see they could find an attraction.
When you said gorgeous, what I think you meant was sexually active, experienced women.
Yeah.
I bet the show there probably another program will evolve.
A spin-off.
A spin-off will be virgins versus experienced people. There's all kinds of routes they can take.
That would be funny, watching the date take place. The virgin would be so nervous, and then the other person would be just...
Oh, yeah, and maybe they could have a sensor for the premature ejaculation that would occur.
They just have a... sound.
Wappel. You see, that was a situation where Josh said something. You basically said the same thing, and you made it worse.
Yeah, I added the sound.
Yeah, the sounds make it worse. I don't like the sounds.
What if the producers and the contestants for Virgin Island, they all get to where they're going to be, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, no, we booked the same island as F-Boy Island. Oh, no. Oh, this is a disaster.
To this day, no one has asked me to join F-Boy Island, which is upsetting to me. I ever since I heard about it, I want to be an F-Boy so bad I can taste it. F-boys get ass. Is that what you're saying, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
They would wreck Virgin Island. They would wreck I don't even know what an F-boy is, but by your description, they would destroy the place.
The show would be one 20-minute episode long. It'd be very quick.
It'd be like a massacre.
It just sounds like Jurassic Park. I mean, these things are going to go crazy. They're going to dominate.
Yeah.
How are they going to tell that they're virgins? Are they just going to take their word for it? Are we somehow doing some research?
Ashley, I'm going to go ahead and guess that no one on this show really is a virgin.
Yeah,
it's a reality show, but
they probably don't care enough to really do much research on that.
Let's say they really wanted to let's say it is legitimate, and everyone on this television show is a virgin. I doubt they're going to be getting out any speculums or anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think if this is legit, they'll just take your friggin' word for it. I don't think they're going to put you in a gynecology chair or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking more on this with your buddy, Nick, who's older and a virgin.
Oh, he's old, too. Yeah, go ahead.
You might actually want him because people might start feeling bad for him and getting the sob story. Like, come on, guy, you could do it.
Oh, dude,
maybe they would want him.
I bet they'd root for him.
Yeah.
Because it's a sad story, son.
They have some of those older dating.
Yeah, like the Golden Bachelor.
Golden Bachelor, yeah, that's popular.
Golden Bachelor.
Yeah, that's something to see.
I drive a Hyundai but ride your dad, She's said, as a sexually experienced woman, I would be thrilled, all caps, to take a man's virginity. S would be wild, she said.
Absolutely. I actually said that to my boyfriend a couple days ago. Like, girls, at least the women that I know and the women I've talked to about this, like, that is the most exciting thing ever, is a man that has, like, no sexual experience. Because then you get to teach him exactly what to do, and he's probably going to listen to you.
Okay, if my virgin buddy is listening right now, that's the first time he's ever heard a woman say that he's the most exciting thing ever. You really? Okay.
Yeah, and then
if your boyfriend dies, give me a call. I'll hook you up with my bro.
And it's also pretty cool, like, he hasn't been around. He's clean, all that kind of stuff.
I'm okay.
Well, what if he has congenital herpes?
Oh,
now
gosh.
what?
Oh, no.
You think that's really exciting to be able to teach him and show him?
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay. I mean, you wouldn't be frustrated at all by him kind of boobity-doopy-doo, not knowing at all what the hell he's doing?
I'm sure there'd be a little bit of a learning curve, but that's kind of adorable.
And you've got to spare 9 seconds for him?
Yeah.
I see what you mean. I do. I see what you... I'm surprised there are a lot to hear you, 2 women now within minutes of each other. You and who was it, Josh? I drive a Hyundai but ride your dad. She's just 2 women in that short a period of time both say that's really exciting to me. I didn't think exciting would be the word. She said S would get wild.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting, yes. I can see how that would be an interesting experience. I didn't think I'd hear the word exciting because the guy's not going to know what the hell he's doing.
Well, you're saying he'll be eager to please, right?
Yes,
Ashley?
exactly.
A fresh slate. He doesn't have years of just bad habits built up.
Yep.
Miles and miles of vagina on his odometer. Virgin Island. Okay, like I said, check out your Hulu, whatever that is, if you want to see the show. I don't know when it's going to start up.
Yeah, they didn't announce a date yet.
Yeah, it looks like they're filming later this summer.
You can apply, but yeah, they haven't announced a date.
A bunch of people who've never had sex, apparently, quote, will date, participate in unique and romantic activities together, and make major decisions and commitments to one another.
I'm also reading here, it does say that they're not going to be able to confirm it's the honor system, whether they're a virgin or not, but the online application asks questions like, are you a virgin? Are you a religious person? Explain why you remain a virgin, that type of thing. Oh. So they'll just vet them as best they can and hope for the best.
What was the one okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay, appreciate you looking into that. What was the show my friggin' wife was watching yesterday, the day before, and she actually asked me if I wanted to watch it. It was a show with the word MILF in the title. Do you know what it is?
Oh, yeah.
MILF Manor.
We were just talking about that off the air.
Yeah, MILF Manor.
I walked by and the friggin' wife says, you want to sit down and watch MILF Manor? And I said, no.
There was another one.
I mean, I like MILFs and everything, but I don't need to. There are other channels where I can find MILFs.
Yeah, we were talking about this off air. And Dana, what did you do? You threw my mom under the bus. He said that my mom was on MILF Manor.
She's not good looking enough for that. I didn't mean that.
I saw this other dating show that I thought was really interesting. It was couples, and then they were trying to find their third.
Oh, the Thruple Show?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. It's not called the Thruple Show, by the way.
Yeah, but I thought that was interesting, too.
Gosh, they make a show out of everything
There
nowadays.
could be so much drama, though. All of a sudden, someone starts falling in love with the third, and they don't like their original anymore. Ooh, that could get spicy.
It's called Couple to Thruple.
There we go.
Like I said, the list of these programs is just endless. I know none of them. Give me some more. Read off some of these other programs. I mean, you can probably find a list somewhere, right? The titles usually are so clever and ridiculous that they're kind of fun.
Well, what's the Love is Blind? Isn't that a dating show?
Yeah, that's the one where they can only talk through like basically like a two-way mirror. They can't see each other. And then they have to fall in love with just by getting to know somebody's personality.
Good Lord.
Temptation Island.
Okay.
Love Island.
I've seen a little bit of that Temptation Island. I have. My God, the girls, they don't wear any clothes at all.
No.
They're just running around 99% naked on that show. Here's a listener who says, playing inexperienced in high school was my move to get girls.
Oh.
Yep.
It worked. You just have to go to a bigger school, is what he says.
There's a show called My Mom, Your Dad. And it's where MILFs meet DILFs.
My mom, your dad. So, like, say, you and I would be on the program together, Ashley. Or I guess it doesn't have to be guy-girl. Josh and I could play that game. I introduce my mom to your dad and that kind of a thing.
The weirdest thing about this is that it's like their children that push them to do that. And so it says what the parents don't know is that their kids are watching their every move. That sounds awful.
Even when they start bumping?
Especially when they start bumping.
Because the old folks aren't going to wait too long on that. No. Hey, how you doing? I'm Ernie. Hi, I'm Jessica, whatever. Bump. You know what I mean? Old folks don't wait around to find out if you're compatible and all that crap.
Well, there's a couple people that have a cousin on the next season of Love is Blind. And apparently they're saying it's a bunch of people from Minnesota next season.
Yeah, they filmed it here. For a while, everybody's going crazy because they were like, oh, I saw them filming at this bar. I saw them filming at that bar.
Everyone loves that stuff. What kind of dork bag applies for a reality show? Can anyone in the room answer that for me?
They must be one pathetic loser.
How many times have you applied for Survivor?
I guess probably about 10, I'd say, over the years.
Yeah, I've got a friend who just did again.
Mm-hmm.
He does, not every year, but every few years.
Do you have to submit a video?
Yep, submit a video. You can either go to a live casting call. They have them here once a year, or you can just submit a video online whenever you want.
If you ever do that again, I would love to see the video that you're submitting.
Okay. I would like to see you like running through the woods or, trying to make your own obstacle courses, trying to start a fire.
Have you finally let it go? Have you let this ridiculous gimmick go now or not?
I mean, I don't see why not. I want to keep trying. Doesn't hurt.
But you, awesome. I mean, you've admitted before, being without your phone for that long. How long is it, a month? Or is it shorter than that?
It's now, they just shortened it to, I think it's 27 days now.
Okay. Could you handle being without your phone for 27 days?
I want to find out. That's why I'm kind of curious about this. See if I could actually handle it or not.
But you could do that without going on a terrible television show. You realize that, right? Please, don't try to sell this like, I'm just trying to learn.
No, I think it would be a fun experience. When else would I have the opportunity to go hang out in Fiji and try to win $1 million?
That's true.
But what if your fiance ends up with a different guy? You've been gone 27 days. That's a long time, Dana.
That is true. But she's been encouraged. Maybe that's why she's encouraged me. Dang it, I just put it all together.
Yeah, you should leave the country for 27 days with no way to get a hold of me.
God dang it. I just did the math in my head on that one.
Naked attraction on Max, this text says. Full frontal. I think we've talked about that before.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up because, we were trying to come up with all these the endless list of dating shows and reality shows, and most of them are hot people who never put on any clothes. Yes, I forgot about that one. We talked about that when it first cut loose. Naked Attraction, where slowly but surely naked bodies are revealed. And I remember when we first talked about it, we thought, wow. But almost instantly people texted in and said it's just gross.
Yeah, it's not hot, is what people were saying.
Not hot. It's hanging balls and things like that. And our listeners have not given that show great reviews. Naked Attraction. I wonder if is it even still going? Did they can it?
Somebody said it's on Max, so I don't know if it's new episodes or not.
Oh, that's unbelievable. All right, well, we'll look for that show, that Virgin show, Virgin Island. And Wapple, I think you're right. If we put my bro in there, I think that America would be cheering for him like a bastard. They would.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
They got their heads up their ass.
On 93X.
Oh, my God. All right, here we go. This is it, the final. Hope everyone has a great Memorial Day. We're taking next week off. We wish you the best. Thanks for listening. We had a lot of fun today. Wapple, the listeners want to take one more run at you.
All right.
One more run at Wapple. They want to roast him. They want to dunk on Wapple. Should be a lot of fun tonight. Wolves playing game 2. Wapple's been inspired by the Timberwolves. He's become a brand new fan. He put on my Kevin Garnett jersey, took a picture this morning, put it up on all our social media routes, and people have been roasting Wapple, dunking on him. Here's what they've been saying. Oh, Wapple looks like one of those minor league radio guys you'd see at a wild viewing party drinking Coors Light and laughing too hard at all the listeners' lame jokes.
Oh, wait a minute. I already do that.
Wapple looks like the kind of guy who thinks he's in a relationship with an OnlyFans model. Wapple's 5-head, Josh. They don't even call it a 4-head. They call it a 5-head.
Yeah, you got a 5-head.
They say Wapple's 5-head looks like the bottom side of a Crackle chocolate bar.
I used to have a 5-head Wapple, but now I've been growing my face out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it goes all the way to the back of my head at this point.
And about the crackling forehead, I looked in the mirror this morning and I was like, oh, no, what a day to have acne.
Did you get some...
Oh, really? I didn't notice the zits on my hair.
Oh, I saw the zits right away. They're the size of blueberries.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yep.
I love this gimmick. People have been sending in, their sarcastic NBA player names to roast or dunk on Wapple. Names like Detlef Hempf. If you're younger and don't know Detlef Schrempf, you don't have any idea. Stefan Marblemouth.
That's a good one.
Rasho Nesterovich. Others said Wapple is proof you can post a dick pic online and it won't get taken down. Wapple looks like he has 4 vape pens, 2 beanbag chairs, and a very low credit score.
That's about right.
Yeah, you're right on a lot of that.
This was so much fun. We should do it again. Who's next? Who wants to get roasted next? The easy answer, obviously, Dana.
Obviously.
Are you willing?
Oh, of course.
Oh, you're a good sport.
We should do it again sometime because it was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for everybody who text those in or got on our social media. Thanks for those that showed up for some Eichton's Bison. Are they still out there, Wapple?
Yes, they're.
Grilling up some food for a little bit longer? That's great. Looking forward to that, too. Well, as Nick said, we're off next week, so Piano Mover Jesus texted in a preemptive birthday wish to his beautiful wife, a happy 33rd next Friday. And some exciting news, by the time we're back, they're going to have a new member of the brother or sisterhood. They had sex without birth control 9 months ago, if you haven't figured that out.
Cool. Yuck.
Yeah, I know. A few more birthdays next week. Hope more anxiety than hair Jesus has a great birthday from his much hotter other half, Nicole. Happy birthday to Johnny Mac from your wife, Extreme Bitch One Jesus. Happy birthday to Northway Irrigation Jesus from Butthole Machinist Jesus, who wanted me to say, suck it, Jimmy. Happy 54th birthday to Bulldog Dad Jesus, who's also 56 days sober. Congrats. Happy Memorial Day to everybody else, and see you in a little over a week.
Oh, real quick, just a happy 28th birthday tomorrow.
Come on.
Hey, it's my boyfriend's birthday tomorrow.
We're on
all right?
vacation.
I throw him under the bus enough on this radio station. The least I can do is wish him a happy birthday. So happy birthday, babe. Love ya.
Wait, Wapple, I wanted to be the last one to say something. Happy Memorial Day weekend, and see you in a little over a week.
He got you.
Out.
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. 93.
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show podcast is sponsored by Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. New episodes drop each weekday. If your podcast platform has ratings, go ahead and give us 5 stars and maybe give our enemies 1. Thanks, and here's a word from our sponsor.
Stay cool with Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Beat the heat now and ensure comfort all summer long. Their expert technicians are ready to ensure your AC is in top shape. Call and schedule a tune-up today at 612-824-2656 or online at standardheating.com.